Okay, we're on the mic. Can you hear me? Adrian, put the mic on. Should I turn the volume down? Can you still hear me? Woo. I can't hear myself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't hear myself.
I can hear you. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Ella. Can you hear? Okay. Slice, can I hang up on you now? Yeah, we can hear each other. Just I can't hear myself out of mic one, the one we put in this one. We can't hear out of this one. Okay, do you want us to broadcast till?
Say no.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Did he say no?
I'll broadcast.
By yourself?
Yeah, if you don't want to.
Dude, I don't want to.
Wait, we need a. I'll be right back. I need a. Are you gonna do this with me? You just talk about the play. I'll do play-by-play.
Welcome everyone to Central High School Class 3 District 2 volleyball tournament. This is the second semifinal of the evening. This match features the Herculaneum Blackcats and the St. John Dragons. Herculaneum enters the tournament as the number 3 seed and will be the guest team on the scoreboard. Stars for Herculaneum are number 3, Rayanne Andrews. Number 6, Claire Fischler. Number 7, Courtney Fisher.
see me when at your convenience about that gym.
I'm Troy Johnson with Drew Toombs here, coming from you live from TJ Ford Fieldhouse in Park Hill Central. And I'm sorry we're a little late on the broadcast tonight, but we had a little bit of issues driving as we got stuck behind some diesel trucks back there, Drew.
Yeah, and as of, who is this? This is Herculaneum, isn't it?
Yeah, Herculaneum Black Cats against your St. Genevieve Dragons. And sorry, we're both out of breath. We kind of had to bolt.
We literally just ran into the building.
So now serving for Herculaneum is number 11. That is Lauren Partney with the serve. Good serve back to Reynolds, pops it up. Lombardier, they're going to set the outside Reed. Reed, usually a middle, has been on a hot streak here lately. Into the net, and the Dragons will go 5-3. The Dragons Monday night beat North County, and it looks like Herculaneum either beat Park Hill Central or Potosi. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the what is it called? The bracket. And a tip.
I could probably check Twitter.
Out the Humboldt. The
Yes.
ball will fall.
Good hustle there by Herculaneum front there, but just couldn't quite get to it as Jennifer Humboldt comes in with the kill.
Yeah, she tried to pancake it there. Pancake's just sticking your arm down, sticking your hand down, letting the ball bounce right off of it. Just couldn't get there in time.
Good dig by Darren.
Great pass. That's me over to Avery. A little bit of an overshot.
Yes.
Right into the donut again. That seems to be working for the Dragons here early tonight.
Yeah, I know we just showed up, but Avery Reed might be looking to show another hot streak here as she did last week.
Yeah, I've seen she's gotten a couple on blocks, gotten her finger on a couple of balls, and I believe that's her second kill so far. Set to outside off Bumgardner, but they will call Herculaneum in the net. Now the Dragons will take an 8-3 lead. If you're Herculaneum here, you got to be thinking maybe a timeout early in the set.
I don't know I think it'd be a little too early to call a timeout here. I mean, make sure that St. John doesn't go on a too long of a run, of course, but it might be a little too.
Great hustle there by Lamandir.
It might be a little too early to call a timeout. Wow.
Great hustle on both sides so far here. Both teams really want to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the winner goes to the district championship after this game. So hopefully you get a win here and win the district championship if you're both teams here.
More than likely playing Windsor. As that block just kind of fish bellies off of Avery Reed. Is it a 9-4 lead here for the Dragons now?
Yeah, and see Herculaneum there did stop the streak of St. John getting a couple points in a row there.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think they got 5 points in a row there. And it looks like it is a
service error.
Not a service error, but that is a rotation error kind of there. They were either out of rotation, someone crossing over someone a little too early in the front row.
Oh, were you talking about on that last? I thought she hit it out of bounds. That's what the point was on, I thought.
Well, on this past one, that gave Dragons 10.
Yeah.
Another just fish belly right off Reed. If you're Avery Reed, you got to start penetrating the net here as you know, it's been a good past couple of games for here. Now we'll have two subs. Allie Grass coming in for Drew Lamandir and Sam Bumgardner coming in for Rachel Bowman. And back to serve for the Rebels.
Good
Not
pass.
Rebels, Black Cats. Oh, that is tight to the net, but it
Yes.
will fall. Oh, but they will give the point to Herculaneum as Reed landed on the midline. So it is now 10-6 here for the Dragons. Pretty big spirit crowd here for the Herculaneum Black Cats. Not much of one for St. John. Popped up by Brown. They will set Allie Grass. Oh, not a great swing there by Grass. Didn't really get much of an approach. Kind of overran it. Ball was way behind her. Not much you can do when the ball's way behind you like that. Is number 11 for Herculaneum, Lauren Partney, back to serve again.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I think that was a good call not to call timeout there, just so that they can get their own and try and get out of this funk.
Great block there by Grass and Reed. Is now they'll set the outside again. Wasn't sure if that was a block or a tape shot.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it hit the tape, but still a great great job by Allie Grass to be there just in case it does get over the net.
Yeah, good job by Grass. Really got over the net there and got to where she needed to be. Is now Reed back to serve.
Kind of a shanked.
The libero on a pipe. And now they will set Humboldt tight to the net. Humboldt off a block. Libero gets there, but they're going to call St. John and the net. So that will be another hitting error for the Dragons.
11-8 is our score here at the TJ Foulon Fieldhouse here in Park Hills.
Some players to watch out for Herculaneum is not really a big hitting team. They're very well balanced, more of a great defensive team. Their setter, over 500 assists on the season.
Tip.
I believe that it was number 3, Andrews, their leading hitter on the year with that swing. As that ball will fall, it is now 11-9 Dragons. So
yeah,
Black Cats on a little bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, St. John went on a run about, I think, 5 or 6 in a row, and then now Herculaneum's coming right back with about 3 or 4 in a row right there.
Both teams fired up. Neither one of them played each other in the regular season. Herculaneum's regular season record was 21-4. St. John's was 19-8-3. So that'll be a free ball sent over by Andrews. Great pass by Reynolds. Is perfect opportunity for the Dragons. Played up by Andrews.
Can't capitalize on that.
Oh, nice pass. So now back to Grass. Grass, oh, good placement on that. Probably would have landed right on the line. The middle, again, fish-bellied right off of the Dragons. They have to get over that net.
Yeah, I know. It almost looked like that all 3 of them went over to try and block that when you only really need 2 of them over there.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of teams with big middle hitters. You'll see a lot of them go to triple block in the middle instead of a traditional double block. And so there's great cause and effect from there. You can either gain a lot or you can either lose a lot from it.
Well, like I think what happened there was all 3 of them went to block, but when it hit off of them, no one was there to hit it back up.
Right. Not covering that great block there by Dunsey. Has a little roll shot by Andrews right back over the net. They'll set Humboldt. Humboldt hooks it back in on a free ball. Setter middle. Blocked.
Yes.
And they will get her in the net. So either way there for the Dragons, it looked like that was going to be their point.
Oh, yeah. With both of that, I did not think it was going to go over the net. But when they did hit it, it went backwards for St. John's point. As Jennifer Humboldt's back to serve now.
Great serve. Looks like she tried to pin it back there in the corners, and they will pass it over. Oh, Reynolds, not a great pass there. They will set her. Reynolds, great swing. Played up by number 19. That is Gonzalez, the sophomore libero. And no one in the back row for St. John. Humboldt tried to get there, shanked the pass. It is now 12-11 Dragons lead.
Man, both of these teams really want this win here in the first set. Give their team momentum going into the second set.
Dragons opened up on a 9-4 lead. It is now 12-11 as Herculaneum scored 7 of the past 10 points.
Good pass by Humboldt.
The Reynolds.
Yes,
is
count it.
13-11 now, St. Genevieve Dragons. And a player to watch out for the Dragons, Madison Reynolds, the leading, the kill leader on the team so far this year, as she's been great with senior leadership, being a captain and always being there to pick her team up when they're down.
Absolutely. Another player to watch is Avery Reed, as in last week, I think she had about, as St. John gets a point right there.
We talked about it. She scored 25 points just by herself.
In one game.
In one game against, who was that against? The second game last week. Third place game for conference.
I do not remember.
Farmington.
No,
Farmington.
Arcadia Valley.
Arcadia Valley. Off.
Out.
It is out.
3 points in a row by St. Genevieve. It is now 15-11.
Yeah, and you'll see the line judges here. These are actually Misha State officials for volleyball. In big games like this, you won't see just your do-rag. Brady said McDaniel. You won't see just your average line judge. These are actually state officials. Reed, what a pass!
Their point.
And they will give it to Herculaneum. Not sure why there. As they're holding up 3, it looks like Madison Reynolds was in the net somehow.
Man. Madison
That
Reynolds.
was Courtney Dunsey there on the overpass, trying to kill it right off an overpass. That is the best opportunity. I played middle, knowing what that is like. I mean,
I think that was Courtney Dunsey that hit that. Avery Reed's over there on the bench.
Or Courtney Dunsey. As the Herculaneum Spirit crowd is very loud here tonight. I'm sure you can hear him in the broadcast. Good pass there by Humboldt. And set Dunsey. Great coverage at the net as they will push. Not much communication there.
Good job by the Dragons to.
It is out.
That was a good job by the Dragons to know that they needed to get that ball up, but I don't think it was very good communication by the Dragons there.
Not very communication there by the Dragons, as now it is Darren Brown serving for Courtney Dunsey. Just almost got a hand on it. Great pass by Humboldt, pushing it out to Reynolds. Reynolds off the block. It's played up by Andrews. They will set the libero on the pipe. Gonzalez. Brown gets it up. A little bit of a shank pass. Baumgartner, the other setter, will get it. Played up. Right side. Blocked straight down. The ball still up. What a play here. As they will get the ball over, but they will give the point to St. John.
6.
It looks like 6 was in the net. Number 6, that is Shadowins, a junior. It looks like did they hold up 6?
Yeah, they did hold up 6.
Oh, there she is. Oh, just a little dunk
A
there by the
lift.
setter. Yeah, that will be a call to lift. Either way, that was either going to be a lift or a double.
Yeah. By the way, Troy, one of the volleyball girls told me to tell you that they're playing a 5-1 tonight, not a 6-2.
They're playing a 5-1 tonight, not a 6-2. Yeah, what you'll see is usually for the Dragons, you'll see a 6-2 offense with Lamandier and Baumgartner as the setters. Reed close to the net. Great coverage there by the Black Cats. Played over by Andrews. Ball still up. Brown chases after it. And Reed will send a free ball over. Great hustle there by the Dragons to get that over. As they will now set the middle. That is off the touch. And they will give the point to the Black Cats. 17-14 now.
Yeah, St. John has showed on the year that their point streak hasn't been very consistent. Like they'll get about 6 or 7 here and then lose about 4 or 5 next go around.
Yeah, definitely. Dragons, very streaky team. They are either really on or they are really off. Reynolds, great way to utilize the block there. The block was a little early. Reynolds saw it and just hit it right off the top of it. Not much you can do if you're Herculaneum there.
As she goes back to serve now as number 7. Whoa.
That was not a double sub. The libero came in for the middle. Number 19, Gonzalez, the sophomore, will come in. Played up by Andrews. Oh, and it looks like the setter just tried to hit it over. She's alive in the front row. She is allowed to jump and send it over, but hit it right into the net there. Some stats for the Herculaneum Black Cats. Like I said, the leading hitter on this team is Andrews, a senior. You will see her on the outside as she's set right here, right now. And their setter is
Number 11.
Partney, the junior, number 11. She has over 500 assists. Reed,
yes!
Straight down. Looks like Andrews did a full split there trying to get to the ball.
Yeah, and these teams will both go all out to try and get this ball up and get their team a point.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The Dragons, not much of a scrappy team, more of your traditional pass, set, hit kind of team.
Absolutely.
While you're seeing the Black Cats here, they like to throw in the setter, hitting the ball over, getting the ball over the second.
Trying, yeah.
The second ball.
As Herculean Black Cats do call their first time out here. It is 20-14. I think that St. John comes out of this timeout and just keeps pouring them on. If they keep pouring it on here, they get this first set, they can get the second set and go into the district championship later tonight.
Yeah, if your coach has here, you're saying something like, just get the ball over to push to 5 right now. We score 5 points, we win. All we have to do is outscore them 5-11. So really, as long as they don't score 6 more than us, we have the set.
Absolutely.
So now as the Dragons will take the court, Herculaneum, as the horn sounds, just a little warning horn at 15 seconds for a minute timeout. Just a little warning to the coaches saying, get your teams back out on the court. As both teams will regain the court now.
As Madison Reynolds does come back to serve for St. Genevieve.
It looks like the St. John Spirit crowd's a little split up here.
Yeah, you got half on one side of the gym, half on the other side, so I don't know.
They'll set the outside. She's big. Oh, Reed has to penetrate over the net. I saw her say, oh, my goodness, right after that block. She is definitely getting frustrated down there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the best part that Coach Hesta has is her starting setter, and her starting middle hitter are both just juniors. So she has them both next year.
Yeah, and then next year you're looking at big players like Julia McClin was the JV middle hitter. You're looking at Rachel Bowman even, Drew Lamandier, Allie Grass.
Absolutely.
As you see, you have Chloe Unterreiner down there. You have Haley Grass, I believe her name is, down there. Lots of underclassmen, but then again, a very experienced, seasoned varsity team for Coach Hess.
Absolutely.
Little roll shot played up by Bowman there. Bowman,
kind of a little too close to the net there for Drew Lalamadir to get a setup, but still a great play by by Rachel Bowman to get that up.
Yeah, it's a good pass, just a little tight to the net. Not much if you can do if you're Drew there, as you just kind of have to go up and joust for the ball.
Yeah.
Great pass by Grass. Is now set to Reed. Reed tries to go line, can't get it down. They will set a pipe to number 21.
Hit the net.
Hit the net. So 22-16 now, Dragons, is they look to take set number 1 here.
Yeah, I think that would have been St. John's point either way. Avery Reed just went up. She was right there. She was ready for it.
You definitely saw her hands really penetrate the net there, as that's been an issue for her. On the outside, great block by Dunsey. To the middle.
Tipped
Off
again.
the tip.
Good
Reed,
play.
Humboldt tries to hook it, goes way across. Into the net. It is another Dragons point now, opening up a 7-point lead on the Herculaneum Black Cats here.
And like you said, I almost think that Coach Hess said this is a
push to 5 here.
Push to 5, exactly. St. John scored 3 of the 5 that they need. They only need 2 more to win the set.
Yeah, only need 2 more in the set, as Herculaneum will call their second timeout of the set here, so no more timeouts here, as you hear the Herculaneum Spirit crowd really coming alive here.
Trying to get their, I think they're trying to get their team a little pumped up. I mean, they're down by 8. What is that? 7. I thought it was right.
7.
I thought it was right. 7. They're down by 7, but they can still come back in this.
As I just got a text from Schweiss saying, turn your volume up a bit.
Oh.
Sorry, Schweiss.
For both of us?
All right, so now both teams will regain the floor as number 16, Avery Reed, back to serve.
And we've been talking about Avery Reed a lot these past couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely a key player for the Dragons. Off the tip, Reed plays it up.
No communication.
Great hustle there by Baumgartner. As they will set the middle on the tip. Oh, no one there to cover.
Kind of falls in that donut like you've been talking about.
Yeah, the donut, just referring to the middle of the floor. Just you have all these players on the outsides, and you have obviously 2 blockers usually going up every time, and it just leaves a hole right in the middle of the floor if you're not on your toes. Great called ball out there by Darren Brown.
It was almost like
set point.
It was almost like Libero serving Libero there.
Yeah, it was almost like a direct challenge to Brown. Not much of a hard serve, but it looked like it had a lot of movement on it.
I can kind of hear
Gonzalez with a great dig.
I can kind of hear St. Genevieve getting their spirit crowd
Great
a little
pass.
over there.
They will set. It is blocked. Great coverage there. As now they will set Lamondier. Lamondier blocked. Still played up, but it will be off the touch and out of bounds. 24-18 now for the Dragons. Set point here, so serve in the net, hit the ball out of bounds. Dragons win the set.
Yes, sir. So, like I said earlier, St. Jen's kind of getting a little spirit crowd over there. Maybe they'll have more for the second set.
So now Andrews back to serve.
And that's point.
And Andrews does not look happy right now. A little bit of a disgust on her face. She kind of threw her head back and rolled her eyes. But if you're Herculaneum, you have to get that set out of your head.
Yeah. Now they go into the break, and you just got to talk to. If you're Herculaneum's coach, you just got to talk to him and be like, "Settle down, guys. We got this. We can come back from this."
Right. That's the best thing about volleyball. Is if you lose one set, the game isn't completely over.
Yeah.
As I'm going to reset the score here.
I guess now that we got a break from volleyball, let's get a little bit of recognition out to other sports. This Friday is the
big district football game for the
St. Genevieve
football team.
Yeah, as they play.
Fredericktown.
Yeah, Fredericktown. I mean, I'm on the football team, and I don't even know who we're playing.
Yeah, you guys beat them earlier in the year, 39-0. So after a big blowout win like that, how does playing them again, how does it affect you guys?
I just think it affects us, and like we know what they're going to come with. We just got to be prepared for it, and this could be win or bust for us. If we win, we play next week. If we lose, we're turning in our stuff on Monday.
Yeah, it's single elimination tournament the way football's set up, and it's win or go home for the Dragons here.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of seniors. We talked to Dalton at the conference tournament last week.
We're probably going to talk to him again, or we can talk to another. Yeah, we'll bring Wyatt up. How about that?
We'll bring someone up here as we'll bring a senior up here that's on the football team.
Yeah,
definitely,
absolutely. But also, we have some also other good news that we can bring you. Girls golf, Madison DeRouche places second in the state tournament.
Yeah, Class 2 state tournament for Maddie DeRouche. Congratulations to her. As she is, I believe she's going to college somewhere. It's Arkansas Southern, Arkansas State.
I don't know.
somewhere like that. I know it's down in Arkansas. Or it's Arkansas or Alabama.
Okay. But Megan Selby did get 47th.
Tied for 47th, I believe. So congratulations to both of them. Both.
Absolutely. Had great careers at St. Genevieve in golf, and wish them best of luck.
Yeah, we definitely wish them both best of luck as they, I don't know. I know Madison's playing golf in college. I'm not sure what Megan's going to do. Yeah. But we wish them luck.
Absolutely.
Wherever they go.
We got I believe there's a cross-country meet this weekend.
Yeah, it's, no, I believe they have an off week this week as they had Borgia this past week, and the boys place for the boys team for first time ever got first place at the meet.
I do remember that. So it looks like we have Wyatt Lamondier going to come up and I guess we'll give him a little interview. And hello, Wyatt. How's it going?
I'm doing good, Drew. How are you?
Good. So just first question here. How do you think this game is going along?
Well, since I literally just walked in the door and they won the first set, I would assume it's going pretty good.
Yeah. All right. You got a question?
Wyatt, you guys have a big...
Hold up. You're not on.
I'm not on.
Now
all right,
you're
there
on.
we go. Wyatt, you guys have a big district football game coming up. As a senior, and I know you haven't been able to play this year. It's kind of a bummer, but hopefully we'll have you back for baseball season.
Yes, sir.
How does it affect you as I know you're a leader on the team, definitely a leader. You can see it from the whole team. What is your mentality going into the game?
Just to play St. John football, what we've been doing all year. We got to use our playmakers, Luke, Gabe, Logan, all our receivers. Our line has to do its job, make some holes for our running backs, and Brandon has to complete his passes.
As Jennifer Humboldt's back to serve for St. Genevieve.
Gonzalez up with the pass. Blocked again, not penetrating the net enough for Dragons. Seems like a common theme tonight.
Yeah. And Wyatt, what has been your best memory as a St. Genevieve football player?
Oh, man.
I know kind of a hard question here, but.
Honestly, my favorite thing was probably just starting varsity as a sophomore. I mean, not very many kids get to do that, and I was privileged enough to start varsity football my sophomore year. And unfortunately, I didn't get to play this year, which really upset, but I had a great
hustle
2
there.
years playing.
Great
St.
play by your
Genevieve.
sister there, Drew. And I do have another question for you. What was you dressed your freshman year, didn't you, as a varsity player?
Yes, at the end of the season.
I believe it was Matt. Was it Matt Drury that was the quarterback before you?
Yeah,
did
that was
he
his
did he
senior
give you any pointers or anything before you started your sophomore season or anything?
Yeah, he. I actually talked to him that summer before my sophomore year,
Great
Nice
tip there
play.
by Courtney Dunsey.
and he just told me just go up there, do what you can do, use your speed to your advantage. And he actually gave me his whole like playbook, kind of his binder, and he told me just look through this, all the plays are in it, it'll really help you. And I looked through it, it really did help. So
Great block.
I had a good knowledge of knowing the plays coming into practice my sophomore summer.
Oh, straight down. What a block there by Herculaneum.
But yeah, Matt, he really helped out. He
That's
really
good.
helped out.
That's good. And do you have any more questions for Wyatt, Troy?
I can't really think of
I
any.
can't either. Thanks. Thanks for coming up and giving the interview.
Yep, no problem. Go Dragons.
So that was Wyatt Lamandier of St. Genevieve's football and baseball team. Not able to play this year football due to an injury, but he will be back for baseball season.
Yes, he will. And he's a very big,
Oh, that one was kind of punched.
he's one of those big players for St. Genevieve
Yeah.
in baseball in that center field position that he has started from freshman year.
Yeah, the Dragons here, back to the game here, is tied 3-3 here in the second set. Dragons win. They will play Windsor, I believe, in the district championship.
If they win.
Blocked, played up. Oh, looks like Lamandier tried to go after, just couldn't quite get there after it was tipped up by Reed and then Bumgarner. Just kind of went out of control.
Yeah, like Troy said, the winner of this game will play Windsor for the district championship tonight, later after this game, like I said.
Yeah, directly after this game at 8 o'clock, we will be here if St. Genevieve wins. Over to Reed. Reed, oh, tries to drop it in the donut hole. Can't quite get there. It's a free ball sent over by the middle. Oh, great swing, but an even better dig by Gonzalez.
Another free ball for St. Gen.
That'll be played up to Reed. Reed off the block. Someone was in the net. They
Yes.
will call it on Herculaneum. St. Genevieve's point.
St. Gen's point.
Yeah, you see Herculaneum, very scrappy team. They like to make good passes, get their run a good system.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They don't have that outstanding player like St. Gen does and Madison Reynolds and Avery Reed, but they do have a lot of team chemistry and help each other out when they need it.
The middle off the touch. Played up. What a play by Brown and then by Bowman. Humboldt. Oh, almost gets it in that back corner. Over to Andrews. She will tip. It is played up. Great way to cover yourself there by Drew Lamandier. Definitely one of the more challenging things to do when you're hitting is covering yourself. Out to Andrews again. And Avery Reed, you see her roll her head back and roll her eyes. She is having trouble getting up and over that net tonight with her hands.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's kind of hard, but I mean it is if you're a middle hitter to try and get both sides of the court.
Yeah, as a middle hitter, you got to block the middle, the outside, and the right side. So getting over there, getting your right footwork, timing it right, timing your jump, getting your hands, angling your hands, it may sound easy, but it is definitely a lot harder than it looks. But once you learn to do it, you never forget how. As the serve there by Reed, overpass Humboldt off the touch, and the Dragons take their first lead of the set, 6-5.
Yeah, and St. Gen really does a good job to come back. They were down, I think they were down by 2 or 3 and just came back and are now winning in this set. It is very early in the set, though, but they are still winning.
Yeah, you can see Coach Hess over there definitely, I don't want to say looks happy, but doesn't look too terribly unhappy about her team's performance. Humboldt with the tip, left-handed tip as Andrews, and looks like they caught Reynolds falling asleep back there.
Yeah. As Darren Brown comes in for Avery Reed.
In the back row there. Darren, another key part of the Dragons' success tonight in this game, and maybe even against Windsor, is the effectiveness of her passes and when and how she can get them up.
Absolutely.
So set Reynolds, not too hardly hit. Over to Andrews, great block there by Dunsey. To the middle, in the donut hole, played up. Bumgarner played up. Humboldt. Oh, that one might have been out, but Gonzalez plays it over to the right side, off the touch. Looks like the Dragons couldn't quite read if it was off the touch or not.
Yeah, as Herculean does get back out on top. But St. Jean has been playing really, I think, pretty well here in this first and now second set.
Yeah, that big lefty outside, number 6, I think is what her number is. That is Shadow, and she's a junior, so the Dragons will see her next year. Dunsey, great spot. Right down the line, it looked like, and it almost like kneecapped whoever was trying to pass that back there.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would want to be in front of that if I was Herculaneum right now.
No, that is a rocket coming off the arm of Courtney Dunsey.
Yeah.
As now Jennifer Humboldt will be back to serve. She serves a little deeper than the out-of-bounds line. As now they will set number 7. Oh, Baumgartner couldn't quite get there off the tip. So it's 8-7. This set more back and forth.
Yeah.
Not too many errors so far.
No, that's a good thing on both teams' part. They haven't had very many errors, but they are not one to give this set away, especially Herculaneum because they're now down a set.
Yeah. Oh, and a slide. Dunsey's favorite. Great tip. Great way to read that no one was there. Caught Andrews falling asleep back there.
Great job by Courtney Dunsey to read where they were going to be and then put it where they weren't.
Yeah, Dunsey practicing with these girls a few times. Courtney loves to run those slides and just barely get the ball over the net off a tip. So they will set. Great block. It is in. What a block by Courtney Dunsey.
How many is that for her on the season? That's a lot. That's all I know.
So Courtney Dunsey, she is the leading blocker for the St. Genevieve team. She has, hold on. Well, let's find out. She has 46 blocks on the season. Oh, that ball is barely served out. Drew Lamandier, usually a very successful server. Not too many service errors from her on the year.
Yeah, and both of these teams, I don't think I've seen one, or maybe there was one player that has served more than twice.
That ball is served out. So now the error is starting to pile up for both teams here.
Yeah, as Avery Reed comes in for Courtney Dunsey. And a lot more laid back, and not laid back as in lazy, but laid back as in relaxed. Exactly. St. Gen has been playing.
Oh, what a swing by Madison Reynolds. That might be the best swing I've seen all year long from her.
Now,
she unloaded on that.
You know how I said I would not want to be in front of Courtney Dunsey?
I wouldn't want to be in front of Madison Reynolds either.
Oh, my Lord.
The Dragons are loaded with hitters on that front line. A tip. Reynolds right there. You got to imagine they're going, oh, they go back to Baumgartner. Right to Gonzalez, the libero. Oh, just popped over, set her out. To Reed, tips it over. And a free ball from the Dragons. Over to Reed again. Reed!
Yes!
Another monster kill by the Dragons. 12-9 here.
I think that's 4 in a row. 4 in a row for St. Gen, and they are now up by 3.
The Dragons with some great hitting tonight from Madison Reynolds, Courtney Dunsey, and now Avery Reed looks like she's starting to heat up.
Yeah, and if this team gets going, I don't know what much is going to stop them.
Yeah, I know we played earlier. We played Windsor earlier in the year, and
but that game
we did lose.
That game was very close, though.
Reynolds goes up again. Ball's still up, and they will give the point to the Dragons on the 4th hit by number 21. That is Lodike, a junior.
13-9, St. Jenna up by 4. That's their 5th point in a row. Maybe they can come back and keep going.
Hopefully, as Brown with the serve, bit of a short serve. Gonzalez plays it up. Number 3, Andrews.
Good play by both.
Not
Aaron
sure
Brown.
who passed that. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds. Gonzalez plays it up. Over to Reed. Reed. Monster swing. Kneecaps Andrews. Great swing by Avery Reed.
Yes, it is. And as Herculaneum does call their first time out, St. Gen,
6 straight points.
6 points in a row. And they have had great swings from Avery Reed, Madison Reynolds, and who is the other one?
Courtney Dunsey.
Courtney Dunsey. Great swings by all 3, which have led him to this point.
Yeah, the Dragons, a very offense-orientated team, I believe is the word I'm looking for. Very offense-centered team.
Yeah.
They love to go outside to those hitters. They don't like getting out of system too much. You'll see them struggle when they do get out of system on these second balls over and just little tips.
Yeah.
Almost free balls is where it looks like they're making their most errors tonight.
Yeah.
And it's called a free ball for a reason. I mean, you should be able to get that point.
It's almost like a free throw in basketball.
Right. Exactly. That's, yeah.
I believe you used that.
I used that
analogy
last week. And the Dragons, if you're Coach Hess here, keep doing what you're doing. Keep pounding that ball right into the ground if you're the Dragons.
Absolutely. I think Coach Hess, I think she's done a really good job with this team for the past couple years.
Definitely.
As when Coach Dennis Drum of the St. Gen Dragons retired, I believe 4 or 5 years ago, she took over and has done a great job with this team.
There. blocked. Another blocking error for Avery Reed tonight. So the hitting's there. The blocking, we've seen some progress, but not quite there yet for Avery Reed.
As that point snaps a 6-point-in-a-row streak for St. Genevieve.
Yeah, so now it is that number 11? Not sure who's back there. Tape shot. Great coverage. Great set.
Yes!
Straight down. Avery Reed, we were just talking about her, hit it straight down on Warner, a senior, number 17.
Absolutely.
It looks like Warner had no chance at that.
Absolutely not. And Avery Reed makes up for her little bit of a blocking error there, but she makes up with it big with another point for St. Gen.
An unspoken success of the Dragons this year. The setters. The setters have been phenomenal all year long for the setters. You see Baumgartner and Lamandier both running setter as this 6-2, 5-1 mix offense for the Dragons.
As that
both phenomenal setters.
They kind of said that was tipped. So I don't know if the line judge over here said it was out, but the judge over here on the other side said it was tipped.
Yeah, that's the line judge over here. That is their call as they have a better view on the block. Oh, Reed just couldn't quite get it over. Wanted to go for the tip, just did it a little too soft.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens. It's not easy being one of those players, especially when you don't know which one you're going to do. You don't know if you're going to spike it or you don't know if you're going to tip it. So it's really hard to tell which one you're going to do.
Oh, a tandem. It looks like that wanted to go to Humboldt there. There's a little out. Oh, blocked. Played up. Gonzalez slipping and sliding all over there for the Herculaneum Black Cats. But a great block there by Avery Reed.
As Rachel Bowman comes in for Sam Baumgartner to serve. And like we said last week, I think Sam Baumgartner's shoulder, like we said, has been bothering her. So she's not going to be serving tonight as Rachel Bowman's going to do the serving honors.
You have to imagine if you're the Dragons, if you win tonight, you're not going to mess with anything in the lineup unless someone gets hurt. So
absolutely
tip there.
Not.
Oh, as Bowman tries to get there for the pancake, but she flicks her wrist up. When you're going for a pancake, you can't really do that. You just have to keep your wrist firm and put your arm or your hand straight on the ground. Just let it pop right off of it.
Yeah, that was great hustle by Rachel Bowman. Just couldn't quite get there. I mean, she got there with enough time. She probably didn't even need to dive, but she did and kind of went off of her hand awkward.
Bowman to the right side. Reed. Gonzalez plays it up. Ball's off the ceiling. That ball is in play. Andrews with the roll shot. Played up. Brown will get it. Reed with the free ball over. Tip. Bowman there. Alley Grass could have been called for a double off the tip. Gonzalez with the shank to pass. 17-13 Dragons pushing for 8. Let's go Dragons.
Herculaneum does a really good job of sending 2 hitters up to the net every time that they set it. If you put 2 setters and you take them, or 2 hitters and you take them up to the net, it's really hard to tell which one they're going to use.
Yeah, definitely. If you're a middle hitter, that is definitely challenging. Played up there. It is definitely very challenging. Out to Humboldt.
Yes.
The ball is in. Some miscommunication on the Herculaneum Black Cats part, and it looks like the Herculaneum coach and bench, you can see a little bit of worry for them creeping in.
Absolutely. St. Gen only needs a couple more points.
Is there at 18, and they will clap the entire time until someone scores.
St. Gen Spirit crowd.
Free ball sent over by Andrews. Great pass. Dunsey!
Yes!
The ball is in, but off the tip. Point for the Dragons.
They only need 6 more to win this game and go into the district championship.
19-13. Herculaneum's coach, that is Coach Mida. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I apologize if I butchered that. But it looks like she was trying to talk a little bit to her players. Andrews blocked straight down. That is a big block for the Dragons, blocking their best hitter in Andrews.
Oh, man. And you can hear St. Jen's Spirit crowd just go crazy over there when Courtney Dunsey just blocked that straight down.
That's a great block on Courtney Dunsey's part. You'll see her as more of a middle blocker and Avery Reed as more of a middle hitter. Now the left-handed outside, definitely a tricky thing as she hits that ball out because you can't really go line if you're left-handed because it'll hit the antenna. But at the same time, hitting it cross is going completely against your body.
Absolutely. Avery Reed with a really good serve. Had a little bit of weird spin on that. But
miscommunication there for the Black Cats.
But so did
Baumgartner, Reynolds. Good spot. Played up by the right side. Andrews will get it over. Reynolds with the pass right at the net. Humboldt's going to have to readjust.
It was a good play by Jennifer Humboldt not to over-adjust on that one.
Yeah, definitely a hard thing. As they will go out to Humboldt again. Perfect set. Ooh. But that ball is hit out. Looks like it just brushed off her fingertips there.
Good job. She tried to go cross-court there. I don't know if that was the best play or not, but that was a really good spot, just a little bit out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely. When you're up as a hitter, you usually hear your teammates saying, you know, line, cross, in the middle. As when you're a hitter, you don't really have time. Great way to get that ball up. Free ball sent over. Maybe a bump kill. No, Gonzalez plays it up. And some things I've seen from Herculaneum tonight, they like to play almost out of their position at times.
Yeah. They try to go. I think they almost try to go for the big play instead of playing their position.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the spectacular play as Brown, with a rare hitting opportunity there, hits it out.
Yeah, and you won't see the libero set too much as Darren does hit it that time.
Yeah, Darren hits it out as I just got a text saying we don't have any sound.
No sound?
I guess we don't.
No sound.
Great swing there by Courtney Dunsey. 22-15 Dragons.
Like.
Do we have sound on?
Hey, work the camera. I'm going to get on YouTube.
Okay. Never mind. We do have sound. Miss Toombs is right here. She just confirmed to me that we do have sound. So thanks a lot, Emma.
Emma?
Yeah, Emma Meyer.
Oh, okay. She probably couldn't hear it because she's in this gym.
Oh, block. Way to be there. Tipped over.
That was a good play by Herculaneum. Number 6.
Number 6.
That's
that is Shadowins. That's that left-handed right side we've been talking about.
That's a really good play by her to know that the ball was going over and she could put it down for a kill.
Andrews back to serve, played up by Brown.
Is that
good
considered
pass.
a kill, Troy?
That would be considered a kill.
Okay.
Great pass there by Andrews. Over to Shadowins. Bumgarner out to Reynolds, off the block.
Yes.
Can't get there. Two more points for the Dragons.
St. John needs 2 more to advance to the district finals.
And
as a timeout is called by by Herculaneum.
As their second and final timeout of the set, this is where you see seniors step up.
Yeah, what do you think Herculaneum's coach is trying to tell her girls right now?
Don't give up. Definitely don't give
Absolutely
up. In volleyball,
not.
you got to win by 2.
Absolutely.
You got to win by 2. So we've seen both teams go on runs against each other tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Both, it seems like we know St. Jen's a very streaky team. I don't know too much about Herculaneum. I'm not sure if you do either. But
I don't really know much about Herculaneum, but I do know that they don't have the spectacular player like I said earlier. They have the players that will be role models to your other teammates.
Yeah, Herculaneum, good blocking team, good passing team. They have a good hitter in Andrews, but other than that, they're kind of just a well-rounded team.
Absolutely, as Drew Lellemandeer's back to serve. And like we said multiple times, St. John needs 2 more points to advance to the district finals.
Pass to Andrews. Looks like they were really targeting her. The tip. Lellemandeer's there. Dunsey!
Yes!
That ball is in! Is now game point, match point for the Dragons.
St. John has 8 points to work with here. So they could just end it now.
Yeah, they want to end it now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know why I even said it.
That ball played up by Humboldt. Out to Reynolds.
Game.
Reynolds puts it down on the line, and that will be your game. Your conference final or district final will be your Windsor Owls against your hometown, St. Genevieve Dragons. This is the second time in the past 2 years that they have gone to the district final, I believe.
I believe this could be number 3, I believe. I don't remember.
I know they've gone
sure.
this year.
I know they've gone this year, and I know they went last year because they lost to Pius last year.
They lost to Pius last year. I wasn't here for that, but I've heard stories.
But they definitely have been here twice. I don't know if they went here the year before or anything, but I know this has been the second year in a row that they have played.
So that will end the Herculaneum Black Cats season. A great season by them. 21-4 was their regular season record. A great record by all means.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think I'm going to try and get an interview with Hess in between games.
Yeah.
Maybe just to ask her, how do you think the game went? And
ask her about Windsor.
Yeah, what do you think about Windsor, and how do you think you're gonna do against them? So we're gonna step aside for a little bit, and hopefully I can get a interview with Coach Hess.
Yeah, we got about half an hour. I'm not sure if we're gonna cut the stream or keep it rolling, but if we do, we will be back on.
We're gonna keep it rolling.
We're gonna keep it rolling. We have half an hour until about 12 minutes up until teams start warming up again. But we will see you guys in half an hour.
Absolutely. And we are back here for the second game of this 2-game district championship final. Here with St. Genevieve playing Windsor for the district championship. And Troy, how do you think this game's going to go along today?
I think this game, I'm not on. I think, there we go.
There we go.
I think this game is going to go very balanced. A lot of back and forth, lots of lead changes, lots of ties. These two teams played earlier in the season. Windsor came out on top in 2 sets, but like I said, it was a very close game. Both sets, I believe, are within 3 or 4 points of each other. And looking at rankings, you know, Windsor's only 4 places ahead of the Dragons. I'm pretty sure I'm going to look right now, actually. Yeah, their records are very similar. Windsor 21-7-1 and Dragons 18-9-3, I believe. But 19-8-3, so very similar records. Those tuned in should be in for a good one.
Absolutely, and St. Genevieve did win, as you saw earlier, against Herculaneum here at the TJ Foulon Fieldhouse in Park Hills, and that was a really good game. What do you think the keys were to that game, Troy?
To this past game?
Yes, Herculaneum game.
Hitting and communication for the Dragons, and for Herculaneum, passing.
Absolutely.
Dragons really keyed in on their hitting. You know, we saw a couple monster swings.
Absolutely.
From Courtney Dunsey, Avery Reed, and Madison Reynolds, and even a few from Jennifer Humboldt, the sophomore.
Sophomore starter.
Yeah, sophomore starter.
I bet Coach Jessica Hess is very proud or very pleased to have her for 2 more years after this one.
Yeah, definitely. But just hitting and communication, I didn't really see any balls drop that shouldn't have dropped. And for Herculaneum, the passing, they had a lot of shanked passes, a lot of passes that they weren't watching in, a lot that they were, I'll use the term J-hooking. It's when you stick your arms out to pass, but you just flick your wrists up last second. Lots of that going on, and
yeah.
Ultimately, I think that led to their downfall.
Yeah, and a couple players to watch for this one. You have to know Madison Reynolds is going to be one of those players that you have to watch on the hitting side, and Avery Reed on both blocking and hitting side. We'll be trying to put in some kills here and there, and then blocking the ball a lot. Also, Courtney Dunsey, big blocker there for St. Genevieve up front. Also, we have Jennifer Humboldt, the sophomore that we were talking about, will come down with some very powerful swings that she comes down with. But also, for this team, they have really good setters that will set these girls that can come down and swing. And it's very very easy to just mess up one time and they get a point, like we've seen sometimes, but it's very easy to mess up 2 or 3 times in a row, like sometimes that happens. But you just gotta have a short memory here in volleyball.
Yeah, in volleyball, that's the best thing about it. You lose one set, but that's not the end of the game. You still have 2. You still have 1, maybe even 2 more to go. So you just gotta erase that set. Whoever wins this first set, I believe, will end up winning the game, just because it's such a big game and such a big game like this. You'll see this a lot in district championships, conference championships, tournament championship games. You'll see this a lot. The team that loses the first set, they'll be really down on themselves, and you can just tell by the body language in the second set. So keys for both teams tonight is responding after a loss.
Absolutely. What do you think other keys to this game are, Troy?
For Windsor, it's going to be hitting. You know, I was looking at their roster. They have a 6'2" middle hitter, middle blocker. And that's going to be a definite challenge for Avery Reed and Courtney Dunsey. Both of them, they're about 6 foot in shoes, but that's going to be a big challenge for them going up against that 2-inch deficit. 2 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but in volleyball it really is. That's 2 extra inches you can get on top of the ball.
And I think that's 2 extra inches that you have above the net to block it.
Right, yeah, that's 2 more inches you're going to have above the net. I personally haven't seen the girl jump, and jumping is essential.
Absolutely.
If you're a front row player in volleyball, you got to be able to jump if you're a front row. Setter is not quite the same. You don't have to be able to jump. It's nice if you can, but if you're a hitter or a blocker, you got to be able to get up.
Absolutely. What are the keys to St. John's success in this game?
St. John's success tonight relies on how often they can put the ball down. It might sound like, yeah, well, duh, but how often they can pinpoint the ball. You know, hitters like Madison Reynolds, they love to go line. They really like to pinpoint that deep corner back there. We saw it more than once.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, in this Herculaneum game that they played.
In the Herculaneum game, it's going to rely a lot on blocking. If they can shut down that 6'2" middle, taller players, they really don't move that well all the time. And So it's just going to depend on blocking and pushing the ball to a good spot.
Absolutely. And this team, this game, I think will be very evenly matched for both sides. As in, like, they'll probably be the winners of this set will more than likely be within 2 points. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to have 2 points to win, of course, but I think it could probably go 27, 25, maybe even more than that.
Yeah, I definitely think you're going to see one set in this match go above the usual 25 points you see. I'm not sure if there's a cap in district. A cap is basically where the points end. Doesn't matter if you're up by 2 or not, just who's ever up. Whoever hits the cap first, wins.
What usually is the cap, do you know?
It depends. You'll see in tournaments it'll be 27 or 29. Sometimes there's no cap. The highest game I've ever played in was 33 to 31. So it just really depends.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like Drew said, you're going to see a very well played game tonight by both sides. Hopefully, Dragons.
Absolutely.
Windsor might have a little bit of an advantage. They had a little more of a rest, but that can also be a bad thing. They might come out cold and on their toes or on their heels a little bit. Dragons, meanwhile, they just played. Had about we'll just say about a half an hour, 25-minute break.
Maybe not even that. I mean, yeah, they had a half an hour in between, but also you got to add in the time that they were warming up. Plus, they're warming up now, so I mean, it was probably maybe even a 15-minute break if you even say that.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that really stinks about that is you're tired. And the Herculaneum game, it's not like it was a close game. It wasn't really a blowout. It was a mediocre game, but just a typical game. So the good thing for the Dragons on that is they're not going to be too tired. But the bad thing about that is they're not going to come out completely fresh.
Yeah, and what do you think the difference in personnel? I mean, we have Drew Lalmandier and Alec Grass are going to be the two Sam Baumgartner, I'm sorry. Drew Lalmandier and Sam Baumgartner will be the two primarily setters, but do you think that they short set a lot more in this game, or do you think they really come out real tall like they have been in the Herculaneum game?
I can see a lot. I can see both ways because, like I said, that 6'2" middle is really what this game is going to depend on, how well she plays, how good of a player she is. I haven't seen her play much this year. But you'll see, I think in the beginning you'll see a lot of quicks, or in the beginning you'll see a lot of big shooters, a lot of go balls. That's high fives to the outside. That's a 7 to the outside. That's a 2 to the middle. You'll see a lot of those up until they see how well this 6'2" middle blocker can move. And after that, if she doesn't move too well, I see a lot of quick sets, a lot of shooters going in.
Absolutely. What do you think will be the biggest factor in this game? I know we've been talking about keys. I know we've been talking about personnel. But what will you think will be the deciding factor in this one?
How you respond to losing a point, I think, is going to be the biggest thing. I said that earlier. But in a big game like this, players they don't love to do it, but they do it anyway. They love to get down on themselves and think about plays. Something they taught us in a club is to, after you make a mistake, run your fingers through your hair and almost erase that from your mind, because you have to forget about that. Every point is a new point, and that's the best thing about volleyball. You go to 25, and if you make one mistake, that's not going to decide the whole game.
Absolutely. It's just like in baseball. I mean, I play baseball a lot, and it happens. You make an error, and then you have to come back and play the next at bat.
Yeah.
You can't just be down on yourself and have coach take you out of the game. But you just have to focus on yourself and know that you're a good player because you play, and you just have to be ready for it.
Yeah. Another big key is bench morale. That's going to be another massive thing tonight. Is how well morale can be kept on the bench in big games like this. It really helps to have a bench that gets up, gets active. Makes up some celebrations even.
Absolutely, and I think it'll also come down to a spirit crowd. I mean, Windsor, I don't know how.
I don't really see any of them here.
I mean, I don't really know how far Windsor is from Park Hills, but
it's an Imperial, so not too far.
No, but I don't really see a lot of people here from Windsor.
Yeah, I don't see too many from Windsor here either. That could be another deciding factor. I know the St. John Spirit crowd, they love to get loud. They love to cheer. They love to almost kind of harass the other team with some of their cheers and really get into their head. And that's what a Spirit crowd's for. And St. John Spirit crowd does a great job of that.
Yeah, and also St. John does a really good job of their coaching. I mean, Coach Jessica Hess has coached these girls up from, I guess, since they were freshmen, because the seniors now were her freshmen back then. And she just coached them up, and she's been doing a great job here for the past couple of years, and really been helping these girls through and through.
Yeah, Coach Hess, like you said, I wasn't here when she did take over as varsity coach, but like I said, she's done a great job this year after losing some key seniors last year, and Riley Meyer and
Emma
Emma
Bosler.
Bosler, and even Natalie Engel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But she has done a great job over these past couple of years. As you see, Windsor just
They are putting the ball in the ground.
absolutely, absolutely.
That outside hitter looks like she's going to be lethal all night.
And I think to St. John, they just have to. I think for St. John, they just have to get their passes down. And senior leadership also will be a great factor in this game, a big factor in this game.
Yeah.
If your senior leaders are there and your passing is there, I think you win this game.
Yeah, I was looking at Windsor's roster. 8 seniors on this team. I believe it's 8 seniors, 2 juniors, and 2 freshmen. So a very,
sophomores?
no sophomores, I believe.
Dang.
I'll look again real quick. But yeah, as you roll down their roster, you have seniors, freshmen, senior, junior, senior, freshman, junior, senior.
So there's really no sophomores, but there are freshmen on this team. This is a very experienced Windsor team. And St. John, I mean,
What a hit.
they're not unexperienced. They're very experienced because they have a couple seniors that have been playing, and they have juniors that have been playing too. But they are a lot younger than most of the teams because they have the sophomore that starts, and they have the freshmen and sophomores that sit the bench. So they are a little younger than this Windsor team, but I think that they are just as good or even better.
Yeah, you roll down St. John's roster, and you have sophomore, freshman, senior, junior, sophomore, junior, freshman, senior, sophomore, junior, senior. So all 4 grades are somehow on this roster. Not all of them play, as some of them are there just to get experience what it's like. They will be on varsity next year more than likely.
Oh,
though.
absolutely.
As I believe St. John pulled up 3 girls. I believe they pulled up Julia McClin, Haley Grass, and
Chloe
Unterreiner for districts. It's always good to have a few extra people for districts, as you never know. People, these are the games people usually go the hardest in.
Absolutely.
It's very easy to get hurt in games like these.
I also think that they pulled up Rachel Bowman really late in the season because of Sam Baumgartner's injury. So I almost think that Sam Baumgartner, if she's healthy, I don't know if Rachel's in this lineup, but it is getting her great experience for next year and years to come.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of experience. Right now you see her as more of a defensive specialist, serving specialist. She is in the rotation for tonight.
Absolutely.
Sam Baumgartner with a little bit of a shoulder injury. She's had some KT tape. I've seen her walking around with an electrode, some electro pads on her shoulder the past few weeks. Definitely not an easy thing to deal with when you're a setter. You know, you got to get your arms above your head and get the ball up in the air to your hitter.
But it is a lot easier to do that with a shoulder injury than hitting, correct?
Yeah, hitting in volleyball, people often compare it to throwing a pitch in baseball. And the people that say that don't really know what they're talking about. Because in baseball, when you throw a ball, or even softball, not pitching in softball, but fielding and throwing in softball, you usually tend to cross your body with your arm. And in volleyball, you have to swing straight, and that's more of a natural motion than.
I mean, coming across your body, I know about that because I'm a pitcher in baseball, and it's a lot harder to come back from arm or shoulder injuries in baseball than I guess in softball or volleyball. I guess it's a lot harder to come back because you're throwing. You're throwing a lot of pitches as well, but I don't know if volleyball is that easy to come back from it. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I mean, some of my coaches, one of my club coaches, he had a complete shoulder reconstruction his senior year of high school and actually played through it. He taught himself to swing left-handed instead of right-handed.
Oh, man.
So there are some people who go to the extremes like that, but then there are other people who also sit out just to make sure it heals completely and won't play at all. But a lot of it depends on where you play and how much you're set.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that much about volleyball, but I do know that hitting is a big factor in it, and it is a lot harder than setting, or not setting. It is a lot harder to do on your shoulder than it is than a lot of sports.
Right, yeah, it's a lot harder on your joints in general because, excuse me, as you have to get low in volleyball. You know, you don't want the ball to hit the ground. The way most people think of volleyball, or the way I think of it, it's a grown-up game of keep the balloon off the ground.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't want the ball to hit the ground. It can hit the ground as long as the other team hits it out or it lands on the other team's side. So Yeah, definitely very stressful on your shoulder depending on where you play. It's very hard to come back from depending on the extent of the injury.
Absolutely. And so we're about 8 minutes away from starting this game, district championship game. St. John knows a lot about this. They've been to this game a lot, I think, in the past couple years. But I don't know about Windsor. I don't really know much about Windsor. They just came into our district this year.
They're a very solid team, I can tell you that much. They are a very good team.
Yes, they are a very good team. I don't know about their district championship experience. I think they were in it last year too, but in a different district. They were not in our district last year, as St. Pius was. But St. John knows this game and knows what it takes to win in this game. So I expect a really, really good game.
Yeah, I expect a good game on both sides too. Like we said, the keys to this game, I think whoever wins the first set will win this game ultimately.
Yeah.
And it's just all going to depend on how the team that loses the first set rebounds in the second set.
Yeah, and St. John comes in, and they are going to do their hitting now.
Great hit by Reed there to warm up.
You can kind of watch this and determine how this game will go for both teams. I mean, you watched Windsor's hitting. It was very good, I think. They have some really big, powerful hitters. Geez, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They have some big, powerful hitters, but so does St. John, and I think this will come down to hitting, setting, and who can rebound from losing a point or set.
Yeah, rolling through some Windsor stats on the year. Their leading kill leader was Duncan, a senior. She's number 10. Over 300 kills on the season. That accounted for just about half the team's kills. And then second on the team, you have Bailey, another senior. And then you on third on the team, you have Duncan, a freshman. So obviously freshmen do play if they're third on the team in kills. She had 99 kills. And so those are your top 3 kill leaders. I was looking through these earlier, and one thing that really stood out to me is the assists by one player. They have, or 3 players, I should say. They have 3 players with over 100 assists. So they might run some form of offense with almost 3 setters.
Yeah, and St. John, they have a lot of Madison Reynolds, I believe, has the most kills on the team. I don't know if it's her or if it might be Avery Reed.
It's Madison.
I thought so. But I do think Avery has a better percentage than Madison Reynolds.
She does.
Madison Reynolds is just one of those big key players that they need to have on tonight for this game.
Yeah, definitely. Rolling through some more Windsor stats, it looks like the Duncans are both freshmen, maybe even twins or cousins.
Really?
Maybe. I see here K. Duncan and T. Duncan. Oh, wait, one of them's a senior. I read that wrong. Okay, so you have Duncan, the younger Duncan, number 14. She was third on the team in kills and is also first on the team in assists.
Wow.
So definitely a solid player at such a young age.
I bet Windsor's coach is very happy to have her for the next 3 years after this one.
Definitely, even this year, as you can obviously see that she's made quite an impact on the Windsor team this year. Maybe
Absolutely.
affecting their overall record quite a bit. As we'll just see how things shake out here. Oh, a dangerous thing there, as no one's really shagging down there for the Dragons.
Yeah, and I think the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, it's almost like in football. If you make the least amount of mistakes and you're a pretty good team and you're both evenly matched, you're more than likely going to win the game. So the team that has the least amount of mistakes will, I think, win this game.
Yeah, definitely. It's just really going to depend on that second set and whoever loses it, how they react. In big games like this, I've said this time and time, I'm going to say it again. It all depends on the team that comes back in the second set and the body language and just stuff like that. That's really, people might not think it's such a big factor, but it really is, because if you get, especially a team leader like a senior, so say we lose the first set and someone like Madison Reynolds gets down on herself. She's the captain of our team. People will look at her for leadership, not even senior leadership, just leadership. And if someone like that gets down on themselves just because of a few bad plays or a lost set, that could greatly impact the team.
And she just destroyed that ball on that one. I have seen Madison Reynolds play. I believe she was a sophomore when she first came up. She might have even been a freshman when she swung up on varsity. But as a sophomore from on, I've seen her play, and I've seen a lot of these seniors play. they all just have powerful, powerful swings. And I don't know if I want to be in front of it. I don't know if you, being a former volleyball player, even want to be in front of it. But
I think I could take it. I've seen harder swings.
but still, I mean, like, they all have powerful swings that
Yeah.
can really come down on the ball.
Yeah, they definitely do. A lot of power arms on this St. Genevieve roster, a lot of power shoulders. You have Avery Reed, who can just demolish a ball when she gets on top of it. Same thing with Madison Reynolds. We saw her kneecap someone in the last game. Same thing with Courtney Dunsey.
Kind of identify what that is, because I really don't know what that means.
Kneecapping is basically you just hit the ball so hard no one has a chance to get down on it, and it just hits you right in the knee.
Okay.
That can be a very painful thing, as I've seen people, when the ball's hit hard enough, give them a hairline fracture in their knee.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when the ball's hit hard enough and it just hits the right part of that bone, you're in for some trouble.
Absolutely. And one thing we haven't really talked about, Darren Brown, the libero for St. Genevieve, is probably one of the best diggers on, like, I don't know what that's called. Is it a digger?
We'll say defensive player.
Defensive player, okay. Okay. One of the best defensive players on this team. I mean, if you look at her stats, she doesn't really have many kill stats, but she has a lot of passes that are very good for this St. Genevieve team.
Yeah, a lot of passes. That's another thing that's going to really impact St. Gen tonight is the passing game. The last game against Herculaneum wasn't great. It was tolerable. Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. But that's really going to impact this game, as we saw the ability to get low and get the ball up, as we saw Windsor has some massive hitters.
Absolutely. And like you said, that 6'2" middle hitter for Windsor will be a very big factor in this game, I believe.
Yeah, she'll be a big factor. The setters, Duncan, number 14, the freshman, just looking at her stats, I can tell that she's going to be a big part of this Windsor offense.
Absolutely.
But kind of ending warm-ups here as St. Genevieve serving, and the whistle will blow as that will mark the end of warm-ups. And now we will jump into starting lineups here. Me and Drew didn't get them, so we're just kind of going to repeat what the PA guy says.
Yes, we will.
If you want to do Windsor's, I'll do St. John's.
Okay. I need a roster.
Sorry.
It's all right. And they will go through a little bit of a thing. I think St. Gen will be first because they are the away team.
Yeah, they're the lower seed.
They are the lower seed, so they will be the away team.
I know who the starters are going to be.
Sorry.
At libero, you're going to have Darren Brown. On the outside hitters, you're going to have Jennifer Humboldt and her name is escaping me.
Madison Reynolds.
Yeah, Madison Reynolds. Middle hitters, you're going to have Courtney Dunsey and Avery Reed. You're going to have Sam Baumgartner. That's 6. And Drew Lamandier.
As that's Jennifer Humboldt, the sophomore, one of the bigger players on this team.
Number 3, Madison Reynolds.
Number 12, the libero, Darren Brown.
Number 14, setter, Drew Lamandier.
Number 16, middle hitter, Avery Reed.
Number 22, middle blocker, Courtney Dunsey.
And number 34, setter, Sam Baumgartner.
I almost thought that was Haley Grass coming out at first. It looked like her.
And now for the Windsor Owls. They have number 1, who is that? That is Kayla Bailey.
Number 2.
Number 2, Allie Moore.
Number 10.
Number 10, Katie Duncan.
Number 4.
Number 4, Madison
Milhauser, I know her. Number 12.
Number 12, that is Alexis McCoy.
And number 14, Little Duncan.
Number 14, Taylor Duncan.
Number 20.
5'4" freshman.
Number 23.
Number 23, Allison Boucher. 5'10" senior.
It looks like Windsor is going to have the height advantage for sure in this one.
More than likely they will.
Looks like they had that 6'2" middle, and what was their other middle hitter's height?
Well, let's see. They have 2 6-foot seniors. 2 6-foot seniors. They have that's all I see. I only see 2 6-foot. That's their tallest.
Those are probably their 2 middle hitters. I'm going to go number 1 and number 23.
Oh, wait, no, hold up. I was on the wrong team. Team.
Oh,
okay,
man.
number 1, you're correct. That is 6'2" senior. Jeez, I don't know what I was looking at. And that's their tallest player. Their next tallest player is a 5'10" senior and another 5'10" senior.
Wow. So the height advantage definitely going Windsor's way. But as we're going to see who is actually out on the court for Windsor. It looks like it looks like both Duncans actually. It looks like Millhauser. I don't have the roster in front of me. I should probably grab that. So we will have number 23, Addison Boucher. Number 12, Alexis McCoy. Number 2, Allie Moore. Number 4, Madison Millhauser. Number 10, Katie Duncan.
As Jennifer Humboldt's back to serve for St. John, and we are underway here at the
To the outside, straight down. Windsor opens up the scoring as they draw first blood. We will see how St. Genevieve reacts to this.
And like I was trying to say, but when they started, we are underway here at the TJ Foulon Fieldhouse here in Park Hills, Missouri.
I did not say that right our last game. Oh, great swing by Reynolds. Out to number 10.
Back. Good
Played
play.
up by Brown. What a play. So they will go out to Reynolds again. Reynolds with a roll shot.
Yes.
It will drop.
And
1-1 drag. 1-1.
Tie game as St. John comes back with the point. And like you said, they really did a good job of coming back after that first point is put down by Windsor. They come back and put a roll shot on Windsor and get a point.
Yeah, so now Lamondier with the serve in the net is now 2-1.
And that's the mistakes we're talking about. Just get it over the net, and hopefully that they can really put some damage on Windsor.
Yeah, definitely. So now we will see number 2, Allie Moore, the libero. Back to serve. Humboldt
plays it up.
Over to Humboldt. Humboldt into the net again. So another error here for the Dragons. 2 errors.
And I almost have to chalk that out as nerves for this game. I mean, not really many of these players played last year in the district championship game as they were sophomores, and Jennifer was a freshman who swung up. I don't know if she swung up on varsity, but
another roll shot. That will be out. So the Dragons will take the point there as they tried to get the ball up but just couldn't.
Yeah, I almost have, like I was saying, you almost have to chalk that up as nerves. Now they're going to relax and kind of put that in and hopefully come up with more points.
Darren Brown with the serve. Millhauser, Brown with the dig. They'll set it to Reed. Reed with the tip.
Yes!
And it looks like Windsor's having some trouble covering those tips and roll shots. Looking like they
Absolutely.
expect St. John to just come out firing.
I almost think that when they were watching film on St. John, like the coaches always trade film, they almost look and say, they're going to hit it a lot. They're going to hit it a lot down, so be ready for it. And then they're not ready for the tips.
You go to number 1, the outside. That is Bailey. That ball will not get over the net. They will call a 4th hit, and it is 4-3 Windsor now.
I think St. John has had 3 errors here.
3 of Windsor's 4 points have been St. Genevieve errors.
To Windsor's only one error for St. John's point.
On a bit of a jump float serve, very good serve as they will set it out to Reed. Reed,
Out.
swing, just got on a little below that one as that one just kind of sailed. So now 5-3 Windsor Owls. If you're Coach Hess, I just heard her say, take a deep breath. Come on,
Absolutely.
let's go. Trying to get her team a little fired up.
See, they're still kind of a little nervous out there, which I would be too. This is a district championship game. This is all or nothing.
Right.
So, I mean, you almost have nothing to lose as St. John. You're the smaller seed, so you got to just go for it and hope for the best.
It was out to Reynolds, played up. What a play there by Moore, the libero. That is off the block. Humboldt plays it up. Outside to Reynolds. Reynolds loves those sets, but great defense as they send a free ball deep, tight to the net. Tip. Oh, they play it up. Millhauser with the set. She will go back row. Almost blocked. What a play. That one is going to be straight down, but they will call her in the net, so it'll be the Dragons' point.
And there's another hit. Was that a hitting error, Troy?
That would count as a hitting error, yes.
Because the ball did go over, but they didn't do anything like that as Madison Reynolds serves, set.
On the slide, off the block. Way to be there for Reynolds. They will set Reed on the, almost like a half slide there. Great play there by Lamondier to stay down on that. Over to Humboldt. They will call tape.
Hit the net. I think that's a good call on the official's part. I really do think that hit the net as number 23, I believe.
As Addison Boucher
comes in for number
8. That is,
Miranda Davis.
Miranda Davis. Reed, swing,
Out.
that ball is out. So, what is this, 5 errors now for the Dragons, I believe.
Yeah,
4 or 5
least.
errors.
5 of the 7 points for Windsor have been errors on St. Genevieve. I think Windsor's only really had 1 error up to this point.
As they will set Humboldt, a little bit of an overset, but it rolls off Moore's fingers, And it is, oh, I put that on the wrong point. So 7-5 here at Windsor through the first 12 points. As you will see, the first sub of the game for St. Genevieve, serving specialist Rachel Bowman in for Sam Bumgarner.
And like we said earlier, Sam Bumgarner's shoulder is bothering her, so Rachel Bowman will serve. And Rachel's done a pretty good job here in the conference tournament and district tournament as serving.
Yeah, a little bit of a funky spin. She kind of gets that one hop off the block. She kind of gets that one hop serve. Reed blocked straight down, and that is what we were talking about. It looks like that 6'2" middle does move pretty well.
Absolutely. And it's really hard to tell, I mean, where that block is going to go. It's really hard to position yourself and know where that block's going to go after they hit it down.
Definitely. Oh, what a serve. Over to Reed. Reed straight down. That ball is in. Some miscommunication on the Owls' part there.
Yeah, well, I almost think the way they looked, they almost thought it was out. So they were all putting their hands up as out, and it was just clearly in.
Yeah, it was about 6-8 inches in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So just some confusion on where you got to know where you're at on the court.
Absolutely.
So now Reed back to serve.
That's almost with any sport, though. You got to know where you are.
Tip. No one's there. Reed cannot pick it up outside of that big block.
She really doesn't play back row much. The only time she ever really plays back row is when she's serving. So that's kind of hard to tell when they're going to either hit it or they're going to just roll shot it over.
Yeah, your middles typically don't play back row too much. They're usually just there for blocking or hitting, not really there for passing too much. So that's kind of what the libero's for. What we'll see a lot is libero will play back row for middles. Middles will play front row for liberos.
Absolutely. As Drew Elmandier comes in for Ali Grass.
Good serve. As it'll be a tip. Reynolds is there. Bumgarner will go out to Reynolds. Reynolds straight down. It looks like they're starting to pick up. Maybe this libero freshman, some nerves getting to her, or maybe she just doesn't have it.
I don't know. I mean, this Windsor team is pretty good. That I think. I mean, looking at them, they have really good size. They have some really good players on this team. Some really hard hitters. And the St. John team is just trying to pick them apart and tell which one's their weakest person to hit it to.
Yeah, and so far that's been the libero. I'm going to apologize for what I said. It wasn't really appropriate that she just doesn't have it. Obviously she does because she's a freshman on varsity. That ball is in. Maybe just some nerves getting to her tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's everything. I mean, you get nerves and you're nervous before a game. It's really hard to come back from that and know that you're a really good player and you know what to do.
Right. As St. John will come all the way back. That blocked.
Good block by Courtney Dunsey and Drew Lallemander.
So now it'll be a free ball sent over. Humboldt with the pass. They will go outside to Reynolds. Reynolds!
Yes!
That ball is back on the line, and St. Genevieve will take the lead.
I believe this is St. John. That was St. John's 4th point in a row. They were down by 3, and now they have come back and are now winning this game.
Yeah, and it looks like Windsor's coach was not too happy as she was either yelling at one of her players or not happy with the officiating.
Well, I almost thought that was in. I mean, that
Ball
almost looked really
still played
in.
up. Reynolds with a roll shot. Great hustle there by the Dragons. Set. Oh, hit the tape and rolled off. Not really much you can do there if you're the Dragons.
That is Katie Duncan with the kill right there. She looks very poised and knows what she's doing on this court.
So now it is number 23, Addison Boucher. Sorry if I butcher that. We go out to Reynolds again. Reynolds hits it out. And
she got a little bit under that one.
Yeah, a little bit under it. They have been setting Reynolds quite a bit in this game so far.
I almost think that if you send 2 hitters up to the net, I almost think that they will guard Reynolds more and have the other person wide open.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do here is get that middle to the outside, get her used to going to the outside, and then they'll throw a right side or a middle in there, just like that.
Good play by the libero.
Great play by the libero Moore as Duncan hits it out. So, again, a tie game here. Like I said, lots of back and forth is what you're going to see here.
And hopefully St. John can be on that streaky kind of streakiness that we've seen over these past couple of games. I mean, they've come back and they've scored 8 in a row, but then they come right back and score and let the other team score 4 or 5. So maybe as that one's in.
That ball is in.
Maybe
Great swing there.
Maybe they can come out and get a couple points in a row and then stay on top for the rest of the set.
Let's hope so.
As the libero number 2, Allie Moore, the freshman, is back to serve.
Moore.
As that's out.
A little bit of a botched serve, so 12-12 here as back and forth is what we're seeing.
As the libero for St. Genevieve, Darren Brown back to serve. We haven't really seen her serve much in the early parts of the season, but now later in the season she's come along and serves that in the net.
So theme for the first set is errors for St. John.
Absolutely. I mean, there haven't been really many errors on Windsor's part, but those errors have come back to haunt them as St. John is right in this game.
Yeah, they're right back in the game, but Windsor's made a few errors themselves, and we're just gonna see how the rest of the set plays out as they will go right side to Reynolds. Reynolds.
Yes.
That ball is in. We are back to a tie game now.
And it's back and forth right here. I think we've had about four lead changes, and Windsor just coming out on top, and then St. John bringing it right back to them.
Yeah, maybe if you're Windsor, you're almost underestimating the St. Genevieve team just because you beat them earlier in the season.
Well, you beat them early in the season, but
that ball is way out.
But when you beat them, you only beat them by 2 or 3 points in each set. I mean, of course you have to win by 2, but those sets were really close. And now the St. Genevieve team has gone up on Windsor, and they're kind of shocked, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they're not really sure how to respond. Probably not really used to losing on the season. Great pass by Lamadier. Played up. And they put it where no one's at. Great play to see it. I believe that was Sam Baumgartner. So now a 2-point lead here for the Dragons. Biggest lead of the night for them.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a very early part of the game, but very poised and very
We'll go to the middle, straight down. No shot for the Dragons.
That was a good play by the middle hitter. I believe that's number 1.
Number 1, Kayla Bailey.
The 6'2" senior. She knows what she's doing out there on that court.
Oh, yeah. She's at her height, she's probably been playing middle hitter her entire life.
Absolutely.
I would not be surprised to see her playing college. Not too often you see that height. Blocked, but it is out. Bailey couldn't quite angle her hands over. Definitely hard to do, as looks like they're really testing her to see how well she moves.
And Rachel Bowman does come in for Sam Baumgartner, the serve specialist for St. Genevieve. Hopefully she can put it over and get St. John the point.
Definitely. That's what Bowman's utilized for, is a serving specialist. And I believe her second opportunity to serve tonight. I believe that is her second service error.
It is, and no, first one was in, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure. But that is a service error. Right as I was talking about her serving, she serves it right into the net.
So now Kayla Bailey in back row. You got to imagine the Dragons want to pick on her.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what they do. Avery Reed right between the setter and Kayla Bailey, and that will count for St. Genevieve point.
And she is not happy as she walks off the court and is kind of holding her head in disgust.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, just responding to the play. You see her biting the towel down there. Doesn't want to get in trouble. Definitely doesn't want to get carded.
I don't know what that is.
Carded. That ball is out. So now a 3-point lead here for the Dragons. But basically what a card is, it's just like soccer. You know, you say something to the ref, they're going to pull a yellow card on you.
Absolutely.
You get 2 yellow cards or 1 red card, and you're out of the game.
Okay.
They'll go outside, off the block. Reynolds there on the coverage. Great coverage there. And that ball is still played up. They're going to have to get it over here. Reynolds.
Good play by Madison Reynolds. Jennifer Humboldt did a great job of
great play by Reed. Right down. 4-point lead for the Dragons here. You can see their bench starting to get fired up.
As St. John puts, I think that's the 5th point in a row for St. John. They were down by 1 when this streak started. And like I was saying, they're on this streaky mode as Windsor calls a timeout. They'll put 6, 7, 8, 9 points up on you. You just have to come back from it.
Yeah, definitely. The St. Genevieve team, they're very, very, very streaky. The good thing about that is they're consistent with their streakiness.
Absolutely.
That might be a little bit of an oxymoron, but the Dragons, like Drew said, they can put 6, 7, 8 points on you, and then they'll light up 6, 7, 8 points.
Yeah, but the thing I've seen with St. John is they don't give up. You'll be down. They could be down by 8 or 9, and the other team has 24, and they'll come back. They'll try their best to come back and win that set.
Yeah, definitely. They'll definitely try as hard as they can. Both teams, you can definitely tell both teams want this bad.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Windsor, again, this is Windsor's first time in this district. I don't know if they've been to the district championship many times, but this St. Genevieve team is very poised and knows what they're doing in the district championship.
Almost an ace there by Reed. It's now like it will go back row off the block. Looks like Dunsey mistimed the block a little bit. What Dunsey does is she almost like throws her hands at the ball but stays out of the net at the same time. Great net discipline by Courtney Dunsey all year long.
Well, yeah, and she's 6 foot, so she can do that. I mean, Avery Reed, also 6 foot. I don't know.
In shoes.
Yeah.
Dunsey.
I don't know if Drew Alamandir or Allie Grass could do that.
Block, that ball is in. That's exactly what we're talking
Absolutely.
about. Throwing your hands right at it.
And that works in her favor. I mean, I don't know if Allie Grass or Drew Alamandir could do that because of their height. Is she not trying to pick on them or anything? But Courtney does have a height advantage to both of them, and most of the team. I believe she's the tallest one.
Tight pass, Dunsey. Ball is still up. Free ball.
Yes.
And no one's able to get there. So a 5-point lead for the Dragons now.
This is their biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, every time they score, they're just going to keep expanding that lead, and the biggest lead they've had tonight. So Humboldt back on the serve. Great topspin serve.
Good play by Darren Brown.
Way to stand in there. Now with the roll shot, looks like they figured out Owl's having a little trouble with guarding those roll shots.
Good play by Sam Baumgartner.
Reynolds.
Good
Ball
play.
will drop 22-16. Dragons in the lead now.
The Dragons
and another timeout by Windsor. This is their second one and a half. They are not used to being in this position.
No, they aren't. Absolutely not. Windsor has taken their second timeout, like Troy said, but St. John has scored 9 of the last 10 points. I mean, if you put that together, that's another 9 points that Windsor could have had, or that's another 10 or 11 points that St. John could have had. So, I mean, this has been a really good set for both teams. It's just St. John has just come down on top.
Yeah, definitely a big cushion here for St. Genevieve. But at the same time, you don't want to let up on that gas pedal. You want to keep driving and driving and driving. Coach Hess doesn't want to use these 2 timeouts if she doesn't have to. But I'm sure you'll see if the score does get closer, say a 22-20, 24-23 type deal, you will see her use one of those timeouts.
And it's not like Windsor has had that many errors. I mean, a little communication here and there, but they haven't had that many errors. This is a good volleyball team. They just aren't. St. John's just putting it right where they're not.
Yeah, the thing about St. Genevieve, they've made errors and they still have a 6-point lead. So that makes you wonder, what would the score be if another
kill.
It looks like it's a bit of a head case now for Windsor, as you didn't even see anyone really go after that ball.
No, and now they're just looking in disgust. They're like, how is this? I mean, St. John is a good team, but
net serve in the net, as that will break the streak here started by St. John.
Yeah, Windsor's like, I think Windsor's saying, we beat this team earlier in the season. What happened between then and now that's made them so good?
Right. Obviously, like a few rotation changes, another kill is now a set point for the Dragons here. Really looking to capitalize and end this first set on this serve by Drew Lamandier.
Absolutely, and I think that St. John, I mean, they're playing kind of tired right now since they played Herculaneum earlier.
Great serve, lots of movement.
Windsor really had a break in between, as they do get a point. But Windsor had a break in between when they played Festus and St. John. St. John didn't have a break, and they're playing kind of tired right now, but they're playing very good. As like you said earlier, Windsor had a break. Like I've been saying, Windsor had a break, and it's not really looking in their favor. But they do have that 6'2" middle hitter.
Yeah, definitely. That 6'2" middle hitter is going to be a big part. You've seen her be a big part of this Windsor offense tonight.
Absolutely. She was out, and St. John went on a, I believe, 6-point streak, and now she's back in, and hopefully Windsor. And
good pass. They're going to go to the outside here. Reynolds. Ball's tipped, and they will call St. Genevieve in the net. They will call, looks like Madison Reynolds in the net. And 24-20 here, Owls trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, and that, like I've been saying, that middle hitter, really
that serve is in the net. St. Genevieve will take set number 1.
St. John 1-0. And like we've been saying, St. John has really been capitalizing on Windsor errors, and Windsor hasn't had that many errors. So, I mean, St. John's just putting it right where they aren't and putting it down really hardcore.
Yeah, and it looks like the St. John Spirit crowd is going to move around a little bit now, maybe trying to get to where Windsor can see them.
Yeah.
Looks like that student section is going to move around a little bit.
Yeah. I will get an interview with Coach Hess after the game. I couldn't get it for you after the Herculaneum game, as she was working and trying to prepare for this game. But, I mean, I will get one after this next game, and hopefully we get to see him in the sectionals.
Yeah, definitely. We really want to see our Dragons here in the sectionals. This would be the first time in a while, I believe, that they've gone to sectionals.
Last year they did lose to St. Pius, but St. Pius did go on to win state last year. But since St. Pius has moved down a class, Windsor has moved up a class. St. John could be the favorite to go very far in the sectional tournament.
Yeah, definitely. St. Genevieve, some Class 3. I'm not really sure what Class 3 teams you got to look out for.
I don't really know either. I mean, I don't know volleyball, but St. John is a very big name here in the state of Missouri for volleyball, I believe anyway.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if you're Windsor's coach right now, you're saying let's put the ball on the ground. Quit giving them points. Not really many errors, like Drew said, on Windsor's part, but they have to capitalize on St. Genevieve errors.
Absolutely. And free balls are a big thing too. Not very many free balls, but when you do get free balls, you have to capitalize on those as well.
Definitely free ball. We use this analogy. It's like a free throw in basketball, or like, I don't know, what's another analogy we could use? Like a penalty kick in soccer.
Okay, penalty kick, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm going to look and see if I can find some girls volleyball Class 3 Missouri rankings here.
And I think this St. Genevieve team, they are, I don't know what, I don't really know how to say this, but like the St. Genevieve team is a very good team out of the Southeast Missouri region, and they could very well go on far in the state tournament.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it here, and it looks like we have a very good matchup here. For Class 3 rankings in the state, you have Windsor at 11 and St. Genevieve at 12.
So this is a very good matchup. Who's the number 1 team?
Number 1 team is Helias. They're out of Jefferson City. Their record on the year was 30 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties.
That's a very
good
record.
Very impressive
and
record.
I look at it, Pleasant Hill is has 30 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie.
And you have some local teams. Dexter, St. Francis Borgia isn't too far. Cape Notre Dame, Perryville, Deshane, definitely a big team to watch out for. St. Charles and Westminster Christian rounds out the top 25.
As number 14, that is Taylor Duncan, gets to serve for St. Gen, and looks like they will get Windsor will get the first point. Why did I think I said Alexis Duncan for St. Gen. She's actually for Windsor, believe it or not. And they will get the first point because of a lift.
Not sure where the lift was there, but we'll roll with it. We're not officials. We just broadcast the game.
Yes,
so now to Dunsey. Dunsey off the block, played up by the libero Moore, played up by Duncan. Oh, it looks like they caught Humboldt sleeping back. Excuse me, looks like they caught Humboldt sleeping back there. It is now 2-0 for the Owls.
And it looks like Windsor is trying to do what you were saying earlier, as leadership is a big role, and they're trying to come back after that set loss and win the second set so they can go to a third.
Yeah, as they'll go outside to Reynolds. Reynolds, great coverage. The ball will go over. Stay in. Played by Windsor as back set here. Humboldt gets to it.
Yes!
Straight down by Reynolds, and the Dragons will claw their way on the board.
Absolutely. That's St. Jen's first point. And if you count the last set, too, that is St. Jen's 12. Let's go again. That is St. Jen. St. Jen has scored the last 11 through 15 points.
11 of the last 15?
Yeah, 11 of the last
Reynolds
15.
off the block, played up by Moore, still up. Free ball sent, or not a free ball, but a roll shot sent over by Duncan as they will set. Dunsey played up. What a dig by Millhauser on Windsor's team. Bumgarner blocked straight down. Not great coverage. As a hitter, you got to cover yourself, and it looks like Sam Bumgarner just couldn't there.
Absolutely.
As it looks like there's a bit of a wet spot on the court. We'll get a towel out here to wipe that up.
Yeah, and like we've been saying, St. Gen is a really good team in the state of Missouri. Windsor 1 place above St. Gen and the state rankings. So maybe the winner of this game could go pretty far into the state tournament.
Yeah, I just got an update. If we do win, if the St. Genevieve Dragons do win this game, or whoever wins this game will play Perryville in the first round of sectionals. Dexter is the number 2 seed, and Cape Notre Dame is the 3 seed.
As that is tipped, and St. Gen gets another point, it is 3-2.
Do you recognize that number?
That's my dad.
That's your dad? All right, so an update from Mr. Toombs. Oh, looks like Brown got it right off the head.
Jeez, that is, oh man. I don't even know what to call that. That was more than powerful.
Yeah, that was it almost sounded like a rifle going off in the gym.
Let's say that was crazy and crazy
That
fast.
is definitely not good for Brown, as I've seen people get concussions from that kind of thing. What a set.
Yes!
As it is down, and it looks like she was in the net anyway. So it will be the Dragons' point, 4-3 here. Windsor in the lead.
Another very close matchup here in the second set. St. John did pull away in the first set, and hopefully they can do it again in the second set.
Yeah, let's definitely hope so. And it is
St.
Dragons' point out of rotation for the Owls. Now some confusion setting in. This is where we're going to see some body language be a very key factor in this game.
Absolutely. If Windsor starts getting down, then you see St. John go on a streak. But if St. John thinks they got it too big of a head and know they can win this game, then Windsor will start going on a streak. So it's going to be very hard.
Outside to
to not do
Duncan,
either one of those
and the
things.
first block against Duncan all night. That ball was in. So it is, oh, wrong point. So it's 5-4 Owls. So right after they block her, she says,
Not again.
okay, I'll go down the line this time instead of cross.
Yeah.
Definitely hard as a blocker to see where the hitter's going. You just got to pay attention to their front shoulder and their hips.
That was a really good serve.
Reed, oh, it looks like a self-defense, and it will be the Dragons' point as it looks like number one, Kayla Bailey was in the net. So 5-5 through the first 10 points here. A little bit of a better result from the last set. It was 6-4 Windsor through the first 10 points.
As Rachel Bowman comes in for Sam Baumgartner to serve.
And Bowman with the serve, hops up to the line, played up by Moore.
She's got some really funky spin on that one.
Yeah, she
Ooh.
does. That ball is in. Wow.
That was in. I had a pretty good view of it. That was a really good call by the ref.
Yeah, like I said, these line judges are MISHA officials. MISHA stands for Missouri State High School Athletic Association, I believe.
Yeah.
MSHAA.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as MISHA.
It's a lot easier known as Misha.
Yeah. MSHAA.
Out.
And out. So
Service error on Windsor's part. It's tied 6-6 as Avery Reed is back to serve and Courtney Dunsey comes in for Darren Brown.
and the Spirit crowd is really getting loud here for St. John with some of their cheers after every point.
Absolutely.
Off the block, Reynolds looks like they caught her sleeping. That's been an issue for the Dragons these past two games, is falling asleep on the back row, not being on your toes.
I don't know if that one was falling asleep as to her just couldn't really get in there. Couldn't get there.
Oh, looks like that ball would have been out, but it's played up by Millhauser, number 4, off the block, played up. You have to communicate there. That is the back row's ball. Sam Baumgartner, just a mental mistake there, almost like a brain fart.
Yeah, but good hustle by her to try and get it. I mean, you got to have communication on the back row too, as that one is out, or was played up wrong.
Great up, as some miscommunication there, but they get the ball over anyway. Duncan, great dig there by Reynolds. Over to Humboldt. Humboldt, oh, a good dig by Windsor. They will go to the 10. Great dig by Reynolds. Out to Humboldt, the tip. And another dig. This is a long rally here. And it is off the block. So now a 3-point lead here for the Windsor Owls.
And St. John's starting to show some body language that is not very keen to them trying to win this game.
Yeah, I just heard Coach Hess yell, "We need better passes." Just like that from Humboldt, as she will adjust. It looks like it was a bit of a tip there as they will. Oh, way to be there if you're Sam Baumgartner. Kind of a look what I found kind of play. Off the block, great dig by Reynolds. Dunsey, oh, Windsor's defense really stepping up here in the second set. They will go out to Duncan on the tip. It is played up. Dunsey can't quite get there. So now a 4-point lead for the Owls. Looks like Coach Hess thinking about a timeout, but not quite.
Yeah. As that senior, 6'2" senior is back to serve again for Windsor.
Yeah, it's Kayla Bailey as Dunsey, played up by Duncan. Millhauser will go to the back row on the roll shot. It is played up. That is not the front row's ball, and it looks like Coach Hess, she keeps walking over to that referee like she's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, it's kind of a she's almost debating on whether to call a timeout or not. I think if Windsor gets another point here, she calls the timeout.
Yeah, I definitely think they do, as they'll go to Reynolds in the back row. That is a hitting error.
Timeout,
timeout directly after the timeout, or directly after the ball was hitting the net. So a 12-6 lead here for the Windsor Owls. Basically just miscommunication here for the Dragons.
Yeah, miscommunication and not knowing what their roles are. I mean, you've said a couple of times that is not the front row's ball, or that is not the back row's ball. It's very hard to tell where you are. You got to know where you are on the court is what I'm trying to say. You got to know where you are on the court and how you try and put the ball up and get another point for your team.
I got another update from Mr. Toombs. Perryville is, my mistake, Perryville is playing Dexter for Class 3 District Championship tonight. It looks like District 1, we are District 2.
As number 1, that is Kayla Bailey again back to serve
Great
for
serve.
Windsor.
Out to Dunsey. Set was off the net, and another hitting error by the Dragons. This is where you'll see that body language start to kick in.
Yeah, and I think that St. John needs a lot more leadership than what they've had. I mean, they have.
In the net, that is exactly what they needed. A serve like that can turn this game around.
Absolutely, and you could tell Darren Brown and Madison Reynolds were telling their team, all right, let's go. Let's get some points and let's get back in this game as they're down by, I believe, 6.
Yeah, 6 points now as Humboldt lobs that one over the net, just trying to get the ball over.
Absolutely.
As they will go to the back row. Almost a back row attack there. It looks like her foot was on line. They will go out to Reynolds.
Yes.
Reynolds puts it where they're not. A lot of kills for Reynolds tonight. It is now 13-8 Windsor lead.
Yeah, and now St. John is just trying to get more points on the board. Now that Windsor has their big middle hitter out of the game, they're trying to just utilize and get back into this game.
Humboldt with another serve, gets over. They will go to back row again. Lots of back row tonight. Great dig by Darren Brown. But it will be Madison Reynolds in the net again.
No, that was Courtney Dunsey.
Oh, Courtney Dunsey in the net. I apologize. And
St. John is down by 6.
St. John down by 6. Duncan back to serve. Great serve. Lots of movement. Lots of downward movement. Played up. What a play by Moore. Diving dig.
Good
what
play
a play by Brown. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds with a roll shot.
Yes!
It will fall off the shank pass. 5-point lead here for the Windsor Owls.
And both liberos are getting into this game, making great plays for their team, and they're both really one of the main keys in this game. If Darren Brown goes down, I think that St. John, doesn't quite fall apart, but she's a big player on this team.
Yeah, definitely a big player. Wasn't quite the digs leader. That was Madison Reynolds. But, yeah, definitely the best passer. Courtney Dunsey with a block straight down. And that was basically a free ball. St. John, good opportunity here. Reynolds. Oh, a little self-defense there by by Moore. Blocked again by Dunsey. Set to the right side. It will be a tip. That is close. Play that up. Lamandier goes to the back corner. That ball is in. What a play. So 14-10 looks like Windsor definitely did not agree with that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. My angle is just as good as yours, Troy, as we're up here at the top of the TJ Fulon Fieldhouse. But, Windsor down on the court, and the officials have the final say.
And that ball's in the net. So, like I said, that serve looks like it really turned things around for the Dragons here.
Yeah, and actually that ball was out. I guess it was on the outside of the antenna when she hit it. So it has to be inside of that antenna, and I guess it wasn't. So that's another point for St. John.
They will set the outside again. Oh, that one was straight down. And a big kill. That was number 23, was that?
I'm not sure.
Someone from Windsor. That was a great swing, whoever it was.
It could be 12, 23, one of those real big middle hitters for Windsor.
So now number 23, that is Addison Boucher, will go back to serve. Good pass by Bumgarner. They will go to the outside Reynolds here. Reynolds off the block, played up by Boucher. Duncan, the setter, goes out, tip, played
Good play
up.
by Drew Lamandier.
As they will go out to Reynolds again. Not much of an approach, but it will fall. And just smart plays here by the Dragons.
Absolutely. And that serve that you were talking about earlier really has made a big deal. They've scored 5 of the last 6 points, and they are just on a roll right now.
Yeah, Darren Brown with the serve. Looks like we're waiting
for the official.
Waiting for the officials. There we are. Brown gets it over.
That's a good serve by Brown. A lot of movement on that.
Tip. It will be a tip. Good play by Lamandier. Reynolds puts it where they're not, right in the middle of the court. It looks like the libero and whoever else is in the back row is almost taking that like a split court, and right down the middle it's wide open every time.
Absolutely, and St. John clawed their way from down 6 or 7 back to down 2. They could come back and just win this game and win this set.
Yeah, they were down 14-6 at one point. And
so
now
they were down by 8.
So they were down by 8, and now it is 15-3, scoring 7 of the past 8 points.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know what that is overall. I haven't really been counting, to be honest. But, that's St. John has been really capitalizing on what Windsor's giving them. It's almost like you do in basketball. Take what the defense gives you.
Right. Yeah, what the Dragons are doing, it looks like they're trying to either go back corner or right down the middle in the back row.
And right down the middle is working, like you said. They're taking it like a split court. So you take it like a split court, it's so much easier to hit it right down the middle.
Oh, another update from Mr. Toombs. I was wrong again. According to Misha, the winner of this district will play the winner of District 3, not District 1. The number 1 seed in that district is Lutheran South, who we saw earlier is ranked number 3 in the state for Class 3. So you have to imagine they might be the favorite to win state.
Oh, yeah, probably. As
to middle, oh, off the block. Great way to utilize the block there by number 12. That is Alexis McCoy, it looks like.
And now Windsor brings in their big Kayla Bailey, and she puts a different perspective in for Windsor. I mean, when she's in, they just know that she's going to be a big player.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to avoid the middle as they get to her there. Not quite quick enough on the outside swing block there by Bailey. As Reed just hits it right off her forearms.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bailey, like I said, 6'2" senior. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to go play in college. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised is what I'm trying to say.
Hit by Bailey. That ball is out. So now a 1-point lead here for the Windsor Owls. The Dragons have climbed and scratched and crawled all the way back.
Yeah, and you can tell Windsor's getting a little nervous over there.
Getting a little flustered, it seems like, as that will go to number 10. That ball played up by Drew Lomadier. What a play.
Hashtag SG Top 10 nominee.
Might be. As they will go to Bailey, and she goes right down the middle. As I thought they might have called it for St. Jennifer in the net, but as it will go back to Windsor. That is number 10. That is Katie Duncan, the senior, will be back to serve.
5'10" senior. Another one of the very tall players on this Windsor team.
Yeah, like we said earlier, Windsor definitely has the height advantage here.
Absolutely.
Oh, a little bit of a shank pass. Got to get it over. Way to hook it over by Lomadier.
And Lomadier has been one of those big.
That ball is in. I thought it personally looked out.
But we're not down there on the court, I guess. So.
Yeah, we're not down there on the court. These officials are paid, and not cheaply at that. So they know what they're doing down there.
Absolutely. And like we said earlier, I mean, this Windsor team has the height advantage, but St. John has the grittiness and can put points up on the board like they have been.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing two very offense-centered teams here tonight.
Absolutely.
Reed blocked. It is still up. Played over by Reynolds. Just kind of a, I'm trying to think of the word here. Blocked! And it is still up. They will send a free ball over. The Dragons have to capitalize here. They'll set it up.
Yes!
Off the block, and it is a 2-point lead here for the Owls, 18-16. But the Dragons, it seems like the momentum needle is shifting towards their way with every play.
Absolutely. I mean, St. John have just been dominating in these first couple of sets. I mean, the momentum arrow isn't really swung their way yet.
Good serve there.
Not completely. It could be, but it's
and
not
that ball
yet.
is still up. Lomadier with a great play to keep 1 foot in the playable area. Okay, we'll go to Duncan again. Played up by Brown. That set is tight. And that will go to Windsor. Almost could have been over the net.
Is that a rule? I don't even know if that's
not
a rule.
over the net, but in the net. It looks like her foot was completely across the midline. But I guess the refs didn't catch it, and we will continue play here. Madison Millhauser back to serve for the Windsor Owls.
It's up, and that's another good serve. I mean, most of these teams, I mean, their serves
Reed.
are just funky.
Yeah, you get a lot of movement, and free ball barely gotten over tight to the net. She will be called in the net, yeah. And you have to imagine if you're Avery Reed, that's a bit frustrating on a easy free ball like that.
As it is 20-16, Windsor up by 4.
Set not over yet. If Windsor wins, we will go to 3. That's a dangerous pass there by Allie Grass. Reynolds there. That is a perfect pass out to Humboldt.
Yes,
Humboldt,
that's it.
Wow. I thought that was in, Miss Toombs.
Timeout taken by Coach Hess.
You have to imagine she's talking about forget that.
Oh, my
Just
Lord.
forget that play, because that looked like it was very obviously in.
Oh, yeah, for this. I don't know. It was just, whew. I don't even know what to call that.
I don't know, but we're going to move past that here as 21-16, Owls in the lead. You saw St. John kind of go on top in the first set. Well, not kind of. They were on top. They won that set by a quite sizable margin.
Yeah, by 7, I believe.
And no, not quite by 7. I believe it was 25-20.
It might have been. I don't remember.
But
they were up by 7 at one point. That's
looks
all
like Windsor is returning the favor here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 21-16.
Float serve. They will go to the
Good play
right
by the
side,
libero.
played up by Duncan. A little bit of a roll shot. It is played up. Someone's got to get there. And no communication there for the Dragons. Darren Brown has hustled the entire season.
Absolutely.
So 22-16 here for the Owls. Game not over yet as looks like Reynolds really swung her arms on that pass.
Yeah.
That ball is off the block, 23-16, body language. And it looks like some yelling going on the court there for the Dragons. Not really something you want to see.
No, I mean, you all got to have teamwork. As a team, you got to have teamwork to win games.
Yeah, you don't really want players yelling at one another.
Absolutely.
Oh, and it looks like
Little miscommunication.
miscommunication again.
But on Windsor's part this time.
Yeah, definitely.
As Avery Reed is back to serve for St. John. A little float serve to the libero of Windsor. Up.
Right side, Bailey played up. Dangerous pass, straight down. The Dragons have to cover the net. That's been
Absolutely.
a weakness of them this second set.
St. John down by 7. Like I said earlier, if they were down by a lot, they will more than likely try and come back.
Great serve by Bailey. Out to Dunsey. Dunsey with a roll shot.
Yes!
That will drop.
See?
Dragons staying alive here.
Like I said, the St. John team doesn't give up. As Drew Lalamadeer comes in for Allie Grass.
Now you'll see Jennifer Humboldt back to serve. 24-18 Windsor Owls here. Very close to being out there. Oh, what a play by Brown. They will go to the outside. Reynolds. Reynolds off the block. Dunsey straight down, staying alive. 24-19 now.
St. John down by 5. Why was I saying 6?
I don't know. So now Humboldt back to serve again.
Good
Gets it over.
Top spin.
They'll go back row, number 10. Blocked off the block. That will be the end of the second set. So we will go to 3. And the Windsor Owls here, you have to imagine the momentum's more in their favor after winning that second set. But if you're the Dragons, you can't give up hope.
Absolutely. I mean, St. John had the momentum going into the second set, and now Windsor has the momentum going into the third set. So it's really hard to tell which team will come out on top. But I will say, the winner of this set will definitely be your district champions.
Yeah, they definitely will, Drew.
I had to.
Yeah, I understand. As now the Spirit crowd will move back to where they were the first set. Looks like so Windsor can see them again.
Absolutely.
And maybe a little bit of good luck, maybe a little bit of superstition. This is the side of the court we won on earlier.
Yeah, and we just need to focus a lot more than what we have. We got to focus on not committing as many errors, and we have to focus on being a team. I mean, win or lose, you're still a team. I mean, these seniors have really been a big part of this team, and they're always going to be a part of the team. So this could be their last set, or this could be another sectional game. They could play another game.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, the winner of this, I believe, will play the winner of Dexter Perryville.
No,
oh, no, Lutheran South.
Lutheran South.
Lutheran South. Yes, so District 3 is Lutheran South.
And I don't know how it works on who will host or not. I don't really know how that works. All I know is that sometime, I don't know if this is true or not. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who actually knows. But since this is an even year and we are an even district in District 2, I believe we would host to the odd districts.
That's how it works for football. I'm not sure how that works for volleyball. But we got a minute and a half until the next set here. And the Dragons here, they have to dial in. Both teams really have to dial in. They really have to push for that last inch of what they have. This set is going to be determined on pure grit.
Absolutely. Both of these teams want this, and they want it really bad. So it could come down to just your bench bringing you up after you score or after something happens.
Right. I think whoever wins this set will definitely make a statement towards the future. Windsor
Absolutely.
Coming into a brand new district, brand new class, making a statement by saying we're here to win. But you have St. Genevieve, who's also, they've been here before. They've they've been the underdog the past few years. Pius,
Absolutely.
a perennial powerhouse, and St. Pius just, I don't want to say beating on, but beating this St. Genevieve team year after year in what it seems like district championship.
And now Windsor, new powerhouse into this district, is trying to beat St. Genevieve. And St. Genevieve, just one of those teams that will not give up and hopefully will win this game.
Yeah, so it looks like Windsor will serve first. That is Duncan, the freshman, who will be back to serve. And for the Dragons, you have the usual starters. You have Baumgardner, Reynolds, Brown, Humboldt, Lamandier, and Dunsey out there, it looks like. Yes, Dunsey. They will go outside to Reynolds. She's going to have to readjust.
That was almost a roll shot kill right there.
Almost. That is off the block. They have to angle their hands in. Looks like they're not really doing too much of that tonight.
Yeah, I don't know really how to block that well because I never played volleyball, but you have, and hopefully I don't know how to block.
That serve is out, so we will be tied at 1.
And what are you? Are you a front hitter?
Yeah, I'm a middle hitter usually. Middle hitter, right side hitter.
Is it a lot easier to block by yourself or with another person?
It depends on where the ball's at, in all honesty, because if I'm in the middle, and that was no touch there by the Dragons, so that will be their point. But it really depends on where you're at and how good of a hitter you're going up against. Because if you're a middle hitter and you're going to the outside, it's definitely much easier to do it with someone else because you're not going to get there all the time. But
that was a powerful
that was
hit by
beautiful
number
swing.
10, Katie Duncan, the older Duncan.
Yeah, definitely a big swing there by Duncan. But like I was saying, if you're just by yourself, really the only good place to be by yourself is in the middle.
Gotcha.
And even then, it doesn't really work all the time. So you always want to have someone there with you just because it's like an extra set of hands. That ball will be in. And again, another case of Madison Reynolds just putting it where they're not.
Absolutely. And as Avery comes in for Courtney Dunsey, and Darren Brown will go back to serve for St. Genevieve.
Excuse me, I was getting a drink there. Brown
St.
with
Jean
the serve.
Spirit crowd still very loud.
Lots of spin, a little bit of a shank pass played up by Milhauser. That will be a free ball sent over by the younger Duncan.
St. Jean
Great
needs to
pass.
capitalize.
Oh, what a dig by Duncan, little one-arm dig. And Brown stays in there. Perfect pass by Darren Brown. That will go out to Reynolds. Off the block and dug up. That ball played up by Humboldt. They will go back to Baumgardner. Baumgardner played up, another long rally here. That ball, Reynolds. Ball's still up. That ball is out, so it'll be the Dragons' point. 4-2 here, St. Genevieve Dragons.
That is just very good communication on both ends for Windsor and for St. Jean. Windsor to even keep the rally going, and St. Jean for knowing that ball was out.
Like we said, pure grit is what's going to determine this set. Who wants it more and how bad do they want it?
Absolutely.
Reynolds with a roll shot. Looks like those have been working all night, but it will not work here. Dunsey, the ball is played up. That's more of a back row ball. Since your libero is right there, libero's base is usually back left. Base is just where you're supposed to be on the court.
Absolutely.
So now number 2, the libero Moore, the freshman, will be back to serve for Windsor.
I think
out to Reynolds. Reynolds, it is in. A 2-point lead here is staying consistent for the Dragons.
And I think both teams have really settled down and knowing what their role is on the team and what their role is in this game.
And I just got another update from Mr. Toombs. The winner of District 3 will host whoever wins this game. That ball is not really hit too hard. Out to Humboldt. Humboldt.
Yes.
Another St. Genevieve point called in the net.
6-3. St. Jean up by 3.
It looks like they will call Kayla Bailey in the net on that.
Yeah. And we just saw from Mrs. Toombs over here, this is a nail biter. Both teams, even though St. Jean's up by 3, this is a nail biter because it could go either way.
Off the block, played up by Reynolds. Good way to jump up and get there. Good tip there. Moore hustles to get it.
Good play.
They will go to the outside. Another tip. Played up. What a play by Jennifer Humboldt, and it is hit into the net.
As this 4-6, Windsor got a point there and might maybe coming back.
And Miss Toombs has to walk off. She's so nervous, it looks like. This is a real nail biter. You can see the St. Jean faithful really looking pleased with the way their team has played over there. Off the block.
That's a tip.
So 7-4, a 3-point lead here for the Dragons.
Yeah.
This is where crunch time begins, folks. This is a race, basically. It is a drag race. Who can get there the quickest?
As Rachel Bowman comes in for Sam Baumgartner, as like we've been saying, her shoulder's been injured, so Rachel is going to be doing the serving honors.
So they will go to the right side here. Played up by Bowman. They have to get the ball over. What a play by Darren Brown.
Maybe another SG top 10.
Oh, but that one will fall.
Or
7-5 here, as that one looks like it went off the block.
Yeah, and that's really hard to tell. I mean, it was a back row 10, so it's really hard to tell where that ball is going to go and how fast it's coming. Where if it's up close to the net, it's a lot easier to tell how fast or where the ball is going to go.
Yeah, definitely. Number 4, Millhauser back to serve here. In the net.
St. Gen.
8-5, St. Genevieve Dragons. So you can see St. Genevieve starting to crack a smile,
Absolutely.
but you cannot do that. You have to stay focused
absolutely.
here.
You cannot get a big head and think you're going to win this game, because in the long run, you might not even win.
So we'll go to the back row here. Oh, looks like that ball was going to be out, but it is played up by Reynolds. Shanked pass, only a one-arm pass. And it is 8-6 here for the Dragons.
That was another powerful hit. Another back row 10 by.
That was number 10, Katie Duncan.
That's ironic. Back row 10 by number 10.
Great serve there by Kayla Bailey as they will go to the outside. Dunsey tipped. It is still playable. Reynolds, great hustle to get there. Baumgartner sends it over on a free ball. They will go to the middle. It is played up by Baumgartner. Grass with the set, out to Humboldt. Humboldt off the block. Played up by Bailey to Millhauser. Millhauser tries to dump it over, but doesn't get it quite over the net. 9-6 Dragons.
And St. Gen's getting the momentum back to their way. I mean, with the way this game has been going, the first set, absolutely to St. Gen's side. I believe they won by 5 or 6. This second set, back to Windsor's side. I believe they won by 5 or 6.
We'll go to the back row. What a dig by Darren Brown. Reynolds tries to put it down, but cannot. It looks like they're going to their back row. They're seniors a lot this set.
Absolutely.
Reynolds off the roll shot, played up, but they will call Windsor in the net. 10-6 St. Genevieve.
St. Gen by 4, and like I've been saying, the senior leaders for both teams have been just really
Leave the camera in the same position.
Have just really been big key players.
Yeah,
that was a great serve by Jennifer Humboldt.
Oh, way to be there if you're Sam Baumgartner, and way to stay concentrated. Going to the outside, Duncan. That ball is out. 5-point lead here for the Dragons.
11-6, and you can tell Windsor is.
And it looks like Windsor wants a tip from number 22. I'm very surprised the card hasn't been issued yet. And it looks like the line judge was calling a tip, but it will be Windsor's point after talking it over with the main ref. And the St. Gen faithful is not happy about that.
But you got to let that one go. It's just a point in this set, and you're still up by 3.
Yeah, definitely a point that could. Oh, and it looks like some miscommunication there, as looks like no one really went after the ball there for St. Gen.
That is an ace for number 14. That is the older Duncan.
That is the younger Duncan.
Younger Duncan and Taylor Duncan.
Serve here by Duncan. That will be in. Humboldt swings her arms a little bit to Dunsey. Dunsey with the tip. Played up. They got to get it over here. That ball is in.
Ooh.
Wow.
St. Gen showing a little bit of frustration here. After that point was reversed, you can tell that the momentum just switched over to Windsor's side.
Another serve by Duncan here. Played up. Reynolds gets to it. They'll go outside. Played up by Humboldt. They will go out tight to the net. No, great net discipline. Looks like Lamandier falls there. Played up by Reynolds. They will go back out to her, try to reward her. Great coverage by Darren Brown there. Baumgartner to Dunsey. Dunsey blocked. Got to get the ball over. They do.
This is a
They
long
will set
rally.
Duncan in the back row. Kind of pops it over. Baumgartner will set Reynolds. Reynolds puts it down, and it's a kill for the Dragons. Another long rally, and you can tell that these girls are getting tired.
Absolutely. I mean, this goes into the third set, and you're tired from the second set. You're just really tired from the second set. Now this goes into a third set, and you're like, good Lord, man.
Yeah, especially after the Dragons. They just played a game right before this, too. They had about a 15-minute break.
So you have to be tired if you're St. Gen.
Oh, yeah. If you're out there giving it your all, you are very tired. Blocked. Oh, but it is out. got to angle your hands over there if you're Courtney Dunsey.
That was a good play by St. John. Just got to just turn your hands just a little bit to the side, and that's in.
So this is number 23, Boucher, back to serve. She serves. Humboldt with the pass. They will set Dunsey. Dunsey, that ball is hit out, so now it is a tie game. The Owls have came all the way back from a 4-point deficit, I believe.
Yeah. No, yeah, 4.
And the serve, Brown. Dunsey with the tip. Blocked. Good play by Drew Lamandier.
She has just been everywhere on this court.
Oh, yeah, that will be called a double.
As Windsor gets a lead here in the third set. Winner take all.
Boucher back to serve. Gets it over. Good pass by Humboldt. They will set Dunsey. Dunsey with the tip. That one
Good
will
play.
not fall. More. Brown with another diving dig.
Yes!
And Reynolds puts it down. Tie ball game.
12-12. St. John as number 16, Avery Reed, comes in for
Courtney Dunsey. And number 8, Miranda Davis, coming in for number 23, Hannah Boucher, to play in the back. Addison Boucher. I've been saying her name wrong. There's a Hannah Boucher at St. John, right?
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting it from. They'll set Reynolds. Reynolds overruns it a little bit. Tries to go line. They'll go outside. Blocked. Played up. They're going to have to hustle after that one. They get to it. Free ball sent over by Reynolds. Bit of a short one. Reynolds. Oh, and it is out.
13-12 here. Windsor up by 1.
Windsor has come storming back.
Oh man, they were down by 4 at one point, and now are up by 1.
They have scored 7 of the past 9 points here. They'll go to Reynolds. Reynolds.
Yes.
Fish-bellied off, and that is the Dragons' point.
As they kind of fish-bellied off of number 1, as Caleb Bailey, the 6'2 senior.
We are tied up at 13 here. It is a race to 12. Served by Reynolds, played up by Moore. Not a great pass, but it'll do the job. Played up by Reynolds. Lucky she wasn't called for a lift. Humboldt. They'll go to Bailey. Bailey with a roll shot. It's played up, and it is a shanked pass. You have to communicate if you're the Dragons now.
Absolutely.
Now is not the time for miscommunication.
No, it's not. I mean, like you said, it's a race. Now it's just a race to 25 because, I mean, Windsor's up by 1. So you just got to get back, and hopefully communication just works for your favor.
Great serve. As Reynolds will send that one over. Played up by Moore. Free ball sent over. Capitalize here if you're the Dragons. Reed gets it. They will go back to Reed. Reed off the block. 14 all.
St. John is not going away in this third set.
Neither is Windsor. These are two teams that are in a stalemate right now.
Absolutely. As Rachel Bowman comes in for Sam Baumgartner again.
Gets the serve over. Not a great pass. Going to the back row. And no communication there, as it looks like Bowman thought Reynolds was going for it, and Reynolds thought Bowman had it. It basically was right at Bowman.
Yeah. And, I mean, that could just be that she's a young player and doesn't really, I mean, automatically know that maybe that's hers. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe, but miscommunication cannot happen right now if you're the Dragons.
Absolutely not. And you could hear a pen drop when someone's serving. I mean, you drop a pen in this stadium right when someone's about to serve for St. John or Windsor, you could hear a pen drop.
Not a great pass by Allie Grass. Reed with the tip. She plays it up. They have to send it over. Bit of a roll shot. Reynolds plays it up. Over to Baumgartner. Baumgartner sets it to Reed. Reed plays it up. Now they're going to get it over. Reed plays it up again. Over to Baumgartner. Baumgartner to Grass. And another long rally here. As they will go to Bailey on the tip, and it drops. Have to cover the net if you're the Dragons, as they are now in a 2-point hole.
Yeah, and St. John just needs to climb their way back. I mean, they've been a streaky team. Maybe they can go on a streak here and hopefully get back up on the lead.
Yeah, it seems like after that reverse call on the tip, and that one is played down. Like I was saying, after that tip that got reversed, or that ball that was called out that was a tip, after that, things have really gone Windsor's way.
Yeah, and now St. John can maybe get a little momentum and get back into this game. Well, I mean, they're in the game, but maybe they can tie it up.
They'll set the right side. That ball is out. Not played by the Dragons. So this Dragons point, and we are tied again. Oh, I put that on Windsor's.
As Avery's back to serve again for St. Genevieve, tied 16-16. They are back into it.
Short serve by Reed. They will go to the back row to Duncan. Duncan, that ball is hit out, and the Dragons take the lead for the first time in a while.
Yeah, and St. John has come back into this game. They are leading now. That is just a really good momentum shifter right there. St. John needs to capitalize on this momentum. Shank pass there, kind of.
That ball's over, and they will call Windsor in the net.
Number 1.
That's Kayla Bailey called in the net, and Windsor will take their
first timeout.
I think that was their second. No, that was their first. That was their first. First time out of the set called by Windsor.
And just now it comes down to who wants it more.
Definitely. Teams talking in the huddle right now. If you're Windsor, forget what the refs say. You have to wipe it out of your mind and focus on the next point. If you're the Dragons, keep pounding.
Absolutely.
Keep on pounding and putting that ball in the ground. Getting these long rallies. It seems like the Dragons are winning about 70% of them. It looks like they're a little more well-conditioned than the Windsor Owls here tonight.
And it's almost like St. John, you may be up by 2 at this point, but in reality, it's almost like it's a tie game.
Yeah, it is a tie game.
It's almost like it's 24-24. Next point wins. I mean, I know that's not true in volleyball.
That's the kind of game it's been the entire game.
I know it's not like that in volleyball, but still, it's almost like 24-24. Next point wins.
Right.
So you almost have to play it like that.
Reed with the serve. They're really picking on more the young freshman libero. They will set Duncan in the net. St. John with the 3-point lead, and it looks like they are starting to crack smiles down there. You have to stay focused.
Absolutely. It's a race for
a race to 6.
It's a race to 6, like you've been saying. They, again, give it to
They
Duncan.
will set the middle. Bailey, and it looks like Baumgartner's kind of flailed her arms.
Yeah.
So 19-17 now, 2-point cushion for the Dragons. I don't even know if I can call that a cushion. So now that is number 1, Kayla Bailey. Number 1, Kayla Bailey will be back to serve. A great server. But even a better pass by Humboldt. They will set Dunsey. Dunsey with a roll shot. Played up by Duncan. Millhauser out to Duncan.
Off the net.
Off the net, and that will be the Dragons' point. Kayla Bailey went after the ball. It was very obviously out, but nerves can get to you in this situation.
Well, it might have been obviously out, but the ball hit the tape. So automatically, that almost would have been St. John's point.
I think they were calling a touch, but we're going to move.
They called this ref over here called 4 over here.
So either way, that was going to be St. Genevieve's point. And just some more wiping the ground. It looks like sweat starting to drip from these players.
Well, it's like they're hustling so much out there that they're sweating and it's getting on the floor.
Great serve there by, as they will go to the outside. Tip, no one's there. Looks like they caught Baumgartner asleep in the back row.
It is 20-18. St. John's still up by 2, but like I've been saying, you can't
let up here.
Absolutely not. And you can't say that you're up by 2 right now. I mean, you are
Duncan
up by 2.
with the serve. Brown, great pass. They'll set Dunsey. Dunsey with the tip.
Yes!
No one home. 21-18. Dragons in the lead. This has been easily the most exciting game we have done all year long.
Absolutely. I mean, this has just been crazy. St. John up by 3, and then it's just back and forth and back and forth.
Played up. What a play by Baumgartner to cover yourself. To Moore, free ball sent over, out to Duncan. Duncan, that ball was out. 22-18 Dragons.
It is 22-18, St. John by 4. It is a race to 3 now.
The Dragons 3 points away.
Yes!
2 points away. 23-18 Dragons. Now this is a 5-point cushion, and what a swing of events as Windsor will use their second timeout.
And you can see down there, Coach Hess is trying to tell her team, stay calm. You don't want to get too out of control here. It's almost like Coach Coleman last year in the district tournament when St. Genevieve won, St. John basketball won its first district championship ever. And he was telling us, I mean, I played on the team. He was telling us there was a minute left, and we were up by, I think, 6 or 7 on Farmington. He was telling us, stay calm. Stay calm. You never know what could happen. It's almost like here. Stay calm. You never know what could happen. Windsor could get 6 or 7 points here and swing it the other way.
Yeah, if they score 7 straight here, Windsor will win the game. But we, the St. John hopeful, are praying that that does not happen. As Windsor has used both timeouts, Coach Hess with both of her timeouts still. It looks like Coach Hess is very fired up. So now Drew Lamondier back to serve. Gets it over. Melhauser on the pass. Duncan out to the other Duncan. It is out. That was a great block to get there by Courtney Dunsey.
St. John by 4, 23-19. This is the biggest nail biter I have ever seen in volleyball. I haven't been to many games, but every game that I have
This has been the best game of the season so far. Definitely a candidate for game of the year.
Great play.
Reynolds, oh man, I thought she had a great opportunity there and just hooked a little too much on it.
St. John by 3. St. John's lead is down to 3.
So now that the Owls, that is number 23, Boucher, back to serve. Played up. Oh,
Good
great play by Duncan. Up to Milhauser there, going out to Duncan again on the roll. It's played up. What a play. Wow. And they will call a double on Drew Lamandier for that very, very, very questionable call. As now the St. Genevieve Dragons, looks like they got a little big-headed, thought they were going to run away with it. And Coach Hess will use her first time out of the set.
Yeah, and St. John is only up by 2 now. Now she's got to tell her girls, all right, calm down. We got this still. We can win this game. This is a very winnable game for St. Genevieve as they are up in this game. So they just got to relax and play their game. Play their own game, and they win.
Yeah, definitely. If they just need 2 points here. Doesn't matter how you get them as long as you get them.
Absolutely.
As everyone here in the, well, not everyone, but I'm going to say it looks just about everyone in that St. John Spirit crowd with the exception of Wyatt. Now he stands up. With the exception of Wyatt is standing up.
Number 23.
Boucher back to serve. Short serve played up by Humboldt.
Tape shot,
It
yes!
falls 1 point away. Are the Dragons from a sectional berth?
Yeah, as Darren Brown is back to serve for St.
Darren Brown
Genevieve.
back to serve. Darren Brown back to serve.
It's up. Good
Played
serve.
up. Duncan out to the other Duncan. Played up. What a play. Free ball sent over. Perfect opportunity. Played up. Oh. And it is hit straight into the ground.
Hey, that's okay.
24-22 now for the Dragons. Another long rally.
If
You
you're
have to
St. John-
imagine these girls are drained.
Absolutely, but if you're St. John, that doesn't affect you. You're still up by 2, and you still have game point.
And you have tight to the net. Duncan with the set. Free ball. Reed tries to get the two-handed tip. They will go to the back row. Duncan in the back row. Played up by Humboldt. Tight to the net. 24-23.
St.
As
John.
Windsor not giving up yet.
Absolutely not. Both of these teams want this so bad. You can tell it. This is the biggest game that I have watched, and this is just a nail biter.
Played up to Reed. Reed with the tip. You gotta hit the ball if you're the Dragons here. That ball is in 24 all.
St. John is tied with Windsor, 24-24. Like
And
I
a
said,
timeout will be called by Coach Hess. Windsor comes storming back.
like I said before the game, I said I wouldn't be surprised if one of these sets goes into extra points, and it will.
Yeah, you will see this game go past 25. At the minimum right now, the winner has to get to 26.
This is just the craziest game I have watched all year, and I keep saying it, but geez.
Well, one of the best games we will more than likely see all year long out of any sport.
This might have the bid for best game of the year.
It might. As now it is number 2. Some great composure back here by the freshman libero to get her serves over.
Absolutely.
As Brown will play it up, a little bit of a shank pass. Reynolds is there. Moore plays it up. Duncan, they will go out to the middle. Play, it is hit down. And now the Owls are 1 point away from a sectional berth. You have to imagine here they're going to Bailey.
Absolutely.
And the St. John hopeful here as they will wipe the ball. The St. John hopeful are really hoping for a point here.
Absolutely. St. John is just trying to.
They're trying to just keep clawing. They've been a gritty team. You are going to see the most extreme grit from any team you have ever seen right now.
Absolutely.
And now Windsor will serve the ball.
It's up.
In the net! The Dragons live to fight another day. 25 all, and some great composure, as we were saying, just went to naught for the freshman libero.
Absolutely.
And now arguably the best server on the Dragons, Madison Reynolds.
Shank pass by the libero.
Played up by Reynolds.
Tip over by St. Genevieve.
Millhauser will go to the outside, Duncan.
Yes!
In the net! Dragons are 1 point away from
Sectional berth.
the Dragons are 1 point away from a sectional berth.
As Madison Reynolds is back to serve. The serve is up.
Bit of a
Shank
shank pass.
pass.
It will go! The Dragons win districts! The Dragons win districts!
27-25.
27-25, they pull off the upset against the #1 seed Windsor Owls, and the Dragons are going to sectionals.
I will get an interview with Coach Hess after this game, or after they all shake hands, sing the school song. Oh my Lord.
And the
St.
Dragons,
Jen.
wow, they were down. They were 1 point away from their season being done, and they came back and scored 3 straight points to win the game. As now you see the crowd, the St. John Spirit crowd rushing the court.
And the two.
Wow, what a game. I am speechless, Drew.
But for Windsor, that was a great game. Both sides, 27-25. We could have seen this game go only in 2 sets with St. John coming out very big in the first set, and then they could have came back and just keep pouring it on. But Windsor, way to go to not fall asleep and lose that second set, and came back and won that second set. And now St. John, district champions, 27-25, our final score.
Yeah, what a game here by both teams. Props to Windsor. They never gave up, always fought as hard as they could. Tonight just wasn't their night. But turning the hand here, the St. Genevieve Dragons, first place in districts after getting a 3rd place finish in conference.
I mean, that's just a big momentum booster. St. Gen, just.
As St. Genevieve will win Class 3, District 1, we said?
2.
2?
2.
I just got a text from my mom.
Oh, okay. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm just speechless on how this game.
Yeah, I mean, I
turned
really
out.
don't know how to even put this game in words. If I had to say one word about this game, if I had one word to describe this game, it would be
Grit.
Man, not even great. You got to think of a better one than great.
No, grit. It came down to grit.
Yeah, grit. I thought you said great. And now the it will be the school song here for the St. John faithful, and just what a game. I don't even know how to express that. As Windsor, like I said, 2 great teams going head to head, and parents sticking around. Thank the parents for what they've done all year long. Not just volleyball, but for football, cross country, and everything. You know, we thank you, parents. You know, we don't always say it, but thank you for everything you do, for supporting us, for paying for us, for, you know, just putting your lives on hold for us. We thank you, parents.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to get back to the game here. The Dragons, the first district championship in a while from this team. They have gotten to the championship game the past few years, but St. Pius always beat them, as I believe Drew's going to try and get an interview with Coach Hess now. But as now they will get their picture, and what a game, what a season from your St. Genevieve Dragons, as they will go on to play. Let me check my phone.
Lutheran South.
Lutheran South, that's right.
The winner of District 3. And St. John will host that game. I believe it'll be at St. John. So big win for them. And
we played District 3.
That is the Lutheran South.
So
and
we are District 2. District 3 is either Lutheran South. No, Lutheran South, Perryville, or Dexter, it looks like.
I believe Perryville and Dexter are District 1.
They might be.
I think Lutheran South is the winner of District 3. But I have to go and give an interview to Hess.
All right, so we're going to try and get an interview with Coach Hess. And like we said, great season by both teams. It just turned out to be St. Genevieve's night. What a year by the St. Genevieve Dragons. They have come a long way from day one, losing to Windsor earlier in the season, and now beating them in arguably the biggest game of the year. So the Dragons will, I guess Coach Hess is going to go back and talk to her team in the locker room. I don't think Drew's going to be able to get back there, but like I said, props to both teams. Just two great teams tonight going head-to-head. And, you know, this game, it was epic. This was a game for the season as the Dragons were 1 point away from their season being over. And they came back and fought, scored 3 straight points. I was thinking to myself during that, when it was 25-24, I was thinking to myself, this could be it. The Dragons have to score 3 in a row here, or I don't see them winning this game. They have to score here. They have to score here. And they did, and it just turned out that they would score the next 2. And the Dragons just amazing grit, amazing endurance, amazing mental, and just great overall performance tonight by the Dragons. But we are going to move past that and go on to sectionals, as St. Genevieve will play either Lutheran South, Perryville, or Dexter for in sectionals. So Dexter won District 1. We played District 3. District 3 will host, not at Peggy J. Johnson Gymnasium this year. So we don't know who the winner of District 3 is yet, but Lutheran South was the #1 seed. So we will tune in
Check,
live.
check. Can you hear me, Troy?
I can hear you, Drew.
All right, Coach Hess of the victorious district champions and St. Genevieve Dragons, how do you feel?
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm so proud of these girls. Proud is an understatement. They came and they worked their butts off, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And what was the biggest part in this game? I mean, you guys went to 3 sets. The third set, 27-25. Just explain what was going through your mind when it was going through there.
It was just crazy. You know, I mean, I think I was like pulling out my hair. It was point for point. Windsor played a fabulous game. I'm so proud of my girls. They never gave up whatsoever the whole set.
Yeah, and I got one more question for you. You're seniors on this team. How much does their senior leadership just help you guys as a team and as a whole?
You know, those seniors, they give their all, and they lead this team. And, you know, they set high goals, and we achieved it.
All right, thank you. And that is Coach Jessica Hess of the St. Genevieve Volleyball victorious district champion Dragons.
So that was Drew Toombs with Coach Hess right there, and I believe we're going to try to get an interview with one of the players. I'm not sure who you yet. I was thinking Madison Reynolds, but we will see who we can get. But you heard it here first. Coach Hess, proud is an understatement for the way she feels with her team tonight. They fought and fought and fought all year long, and finally it paid off as a district championship, and they will go on to play the winner of District 3, who is yet to be named.
And it looks like Troy will try and get an interview with one of the seniors down there. And like Coach Hess said, the seniors for St. Gen have just been a big help to them and just a big part of this team.
Now? All right, so I'm Troy Johnson here with Madison Reynolds. Madison, you guys were 1 point away from your season being over. What was going through your mind at that point?
First thing that came in my mind is that I didn't want it to be over, so I looked at the girls and I was like, we're not losing this. And so we decided to pull it together and pull it out.
You had a couple key kills there. Me and Drew were talking about it. It was almost like just like a shotgun going off in the gym. How does it make you feel as a player to have a big kill like that?
Oh, it feels awesome. When your team comes crashing in on you and you're all jumping and it's a good point, it just feels nothing can compare to it.
All right. If you had 3 words to describe this game, what would they be?
Ooh. I don't know. That's a hard question.
I don't know. That's 3. Yeah, I don't know. All right.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And one more question here. You guys play sectionals. You are away for your first round of sectionals. How are you guys going to work as a team? What do you need to work? It's dead. It's dead. Am I on? Okay, we're back on. So I asked Madison what they needed to work on for sectionals in order to win sectionals, so we're going to repeat that.
Okay.
And looks like the microphone was dead. I don't know, some technical difficulties with Troy getting an interview with Madison. So, I mean, a really good game for St. John, really good win for St. John. Windsor played a heck of a game. You just got to tip it off to St. John. They played a heck of a game, and they will play
The winner of District 3.
the winner of District 3.
So this is pretty much going to wrap up our broadcast for tonight. I'm Troy Johnson here with Drew Toombs.
And we are closing it out from the is it TJ or JT? TJ Foulon Fieldhouse here in Park Hills, Missouri.
I'm Troy Johnson here with Drew Toombs. Good night, St. Genevieve.